Yep.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of It Could Be Better. My name is Yannis Pappas.
I'm Nate.
And we are joined, as always, by Chris Laker.
Hey.
And we also have a very special guest, funny man, actor from Z-Rock, professional funny storyteller, our good friend, funny comic, one of the funniest guys around, Jay Oakerson.
Hey, no, there's no applause track for
We go
how many podcasts in are we?
Then we don't have an applause.
what is we, 18 now?
18. Yeah.
18.
And we can't afford
This is
the
19.
applause
19.
track yet?
No applause track yet.
Good.
They came in.
No special effects. It's all raw.
We have
all
actually
real.
spent $100 on this podcast.
We did. Me and Nate went in 50-50 on that.
Yeah?
And this is it.
That's the big thing?
Are you still
50-50,
doing...
and we pay him to come in. We pay Chris Laker
Yeah.
to answer fan mail.
Oh.
Chris,
Well, that's got to take up 5 to 7 minutes a week.
Yeah.
we apologize if Chris hasn't gotten to your fan mail yet. It's tough for him to go through all the mail he gets, but he will eventually get to your fan mail.
There was one email sent by I don't know, he's a young comedian, whatever. This is just to let Jay in, and it was very long-winded and a little. I just made a comment that maybe he wanted it,
He likes
comments
me.
a little bit, and then
He liked me and Giannis. He doesn't know much about Chris.
Well, most people don't, but so it's not my fan mail, so fuck him.
It's just a running joke we have about
Yeah, so I'm the asshole.
Is the Chris choose to live in mystery?
Yeah.
Is his life shrouded
He's
in
actually the
mystery?
more popular one, I think, of the three. Amongst
Really?
everyone listens. People
Yeah,
really
everybody always
Everyone always
goes-
comments and be like, episode 18 was awesome, but you know what was really awesome? Chris.
Amongst the 20 people that listen, but the general public,
Are you
he was
like
right.
the Artie Lang? Do you have a lot of problems and stuff, and you might go off the deep end one day?
No, I don't really have
No,
that.
me and Nate just
did.
fight and argue, and then he just interjects
Oh.
reality.
I got as many problems as Giannis. I think we're all equal.
We are all equaled. So the Grammys, guys.
The
The
Grammys.
Grammys.
We wanted to talk about them.
Yeah.
Because we watched them. I watched them. I kind of flew through them last night.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was awful.
You thought it was awful, front to back. Because at the beginning, I did want to say something about them. Well, what at the beginning did you want to say? Like,
Well, with the beginning of the Grammys,
Yeah.
it was Lady Gaga opened it up.
yeah,
Which is probably the most interesting performance of all, because everybody else really they felt, it makes sense they phoned it in with high production. That's what everybody was. It was
Right.
but there is 5 musicians, 5 songs, and 5 albums, and it's all the same people up for every award. And I think the performers, it's Pink, Black Eyed Peas, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and Taylor Swift. And that's the performances, and then it's the best album of the year is nominees are Pink, Lady Gaga. It's just the same 5 people.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they do it. I know there's Grammys for every.
For good music, too.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean, really, that's my opinion. But I mean,
my Taylor Swift won a lot last
yeah,
night.
she really
She's
did.
great. She's phenomenal.
But I'm saying, I smell your sarcasm, and I concur. No, it's just why would they not put a heavy metal performance, a pop performance, but everyone. By the way, I think if there was 8 performances, maybe more, maybe less. But if there was 8 performances, there was 7 of them were ballads. It was always really slow. It was the Black Eyed Peas, which who cares? They're the same thing over and over again.
Well,
The Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, I
You
like
really
them.
like it simplistic as all hell, Nate.
Yeah.
You really do. I'm telling you, you could write a Black Eyed Peas album in 15 minutes.
You could.
It's a series of noises.
Go boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bing, bang, boom, whip, wang, woo,
There's
bling, blang, blow.
it's a songwriting category. One of the things is for best song, and it was Black Eyed Peas, and then if you like it, put a ring on. If you the Beyonce thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
I
lyrics.
mean, and then heavy metal was won by the best heavy metal was young up and coming band Judas Priest. Those
That's
kids,
who won,
those
really?
kids,
They
those
won
kids.
heavy metal?
Yeah, look out for those kids in the future. Judas Priest, big things.
I hear good things. I hear the lead singer's a little light in the loafers.
Every band that heavy, they stopped updating the heavy metal bands.
Yeah.
It's all. It looks like a county fair.
Wasn't the first one ever the big deal? The first
Was
Grammy
Jethro
ever was
Tull.
Jethro Tull over
Big
Metallica.
But now they have hard rock, and that's where Metallica is.
Doesn't heavy metal? Don't they have their own awards? The Metal Hammer Awards. Don't they have
Nobody.
their own thing?
That's
Yeah,
But
but that's
nobody
so
really-
low
yeah.
level. I mean,
Yeah.
you should be able to win a Grammy as a heavy metal performer.
Absolutely.
But they'll give them no television burn. But if it makes sense, I almost get you don't want to put a speed metal band or a Slayer or something if you put an album. You don't want to give them their performance. I get like Rob Zombie's album comes out tomorrow. Like maybe he could at least bring some kind of a different vibe. It's like literally, it's like pop music into pop music into pop music, and there's no. And then like the big deal is like they wheel out Bon Jovi with their IVs, and they crank out. They go. Bon Jovi's going to play one of their shitty new songs, and then you, the audience, get to vote on what song is going to be played next. And the top three were Living on a Prayer, and then two garbagey like soft ballads they have. Living on a Prayer wins. They come out and they do one verse of it, and then take off.
Yeah.
Because they all have to go get their
So I
hair
didn't
done
see
or
it, so it
something.
sounds like it was a pretty disappointing event.
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from it, but I mean, across the board, even like Eminem and Lil Wayne and Drake came at the end, and they did almost a ballad. It was almost like a hip hop ballad.
I like that, but I guess because one of them was like, saying stuff that you couldn't say on the Grammys. So literally, Lil Wayne's entire performance was just silent because he couldn't, because he was saying stuff. So you can't even get into it because it's just breaking it up.
I assume the song was just called "Fuck" with 17 U's. Yeah. That's what the song goes. It was like, I'm driving down in my car. Beep. And it would be a beep for like
No, there was
an
just
obnoxious amount of
not
time.
a beat. No, they
just
just left it silent. So there was just chunks of silence, and you would like see them, like literally, I bet 8 seconds. You would just see them like the other guy just mouthing stuff, and then you're just sitting there going, I can't hear anything, and it just broke the entire song up.
So he didn't have a censored version of the song prepared?
Yeah, that's
there
what
must
you
be.
should.
It's a radio song.
Yeah.
You have to like.
He just felt like cursing it up?
Well, out of all the Lils,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is the most unpredictable. They could have Lil Jon, Lil Bow Wow.
Lil Kim.
They play by the rules.
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim. There's a lot of Lils, but Lil Wayne,
Lil
loose
Kim is played by
He's a
Lil
loose
Kim's.
cannon.
I'll tell you what, Lil Wayne won me over 1,000% at the MTV Awards 2 years ago.
What did he do?
When he came out to that Misunderstood, I'm Just a Soul Whose Intentions Are Good, and it was like Leona Lewis singing it, and then he did some lyrics to that, and then he did a song, A Millie, which was the performance of that was unbelievable, and then that T-Pain guy came out, and he did If You Got Money.
T-Pain's the guy who does like a chorus on everybody.
I understand. Let me tell you something, how weird it is. Why try to have talent in your life when you can just, like, it's unbelievable.
Get one of those electronic boxes.
Just to watch him sitting in the Grammys, and you're like, you're at the fucking Grammys, dude, and you really do nothing that anybody else couldn't just jump in and do. But I didn't realize, it's funny, it makes sense now that I think about it, because I don't listen to, like, pop music too much, but it makes sense almost, like, if I go back and do listen to it, it's like, that's the reason everybody sounds like. It's all that. All the music is that. Like, Rihanna is actually not a very talented singer, I don't think. Like, she sings into that. That's why all her songs sound
electronica thing.
Yeah, it's why her voice always sounds the way it sounds, and she's able to hit those like high notes because it's not her.
Right.
It's like that machine, but her, and I think like Beyonce does the same thing. It's all that auto tune, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, they had the other thing.
Insane though. It's like there's no more talent. Now it really is almost 100% look. It's your goofy look and energy, I guess.
Well, that goes back to the Brady Bunch with Johnny Bravo.
What's his face? Jamie Foxx had a Civil War suit on, like.
Oh man, I made 1,001 racist jokes during that one.
Yeah.
He came out wearing a Civil War.
You know what? Like, here's
Jamie Foxx wore a Civil War costume to sing his thing. And, no, by the way, and he was lip singing auto tune.
They all lip sing.
No, absolutely not. But they were lip singing.
Here's the deal about Lady Gaga. Supposedly, though, people say she can sing though.
She can sing.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
I like her.
I'm not a fan.
Of course, you like her, Nate.
I'm not a fan. I gave her a listen because I'm a huge Marilyn Manson fan, and he really like heavily endorses her.
Because she looks just like her.
She looks exactly. They look like the same person. I've heard 5 people say that today, by the way, which is true. But she's a big fan of his also, so I think that's kind of the reason. I think she kind of emulates like what he does, and I dig what she does. I just don't like love the songs at all, because the style of music it is. But like, I think her performances are great. I think the one she did at the MTV Awards, the Phantom of the Opera thing, and this was like a very big performance. I just didn't like what they did with the Elton John. I couldn't care less about. It was not a good performance. But like, she's interesting and different. And she did like, I guess like an AOL sessions thing where they sit down just her and a piano. Like sing their songs like acoustic. And she is a talented singer apparently.
Yeah, that's what they say.
The other thing they had on there, which is like frustrating, they did the Michael Jackson thing where you're like, all right, like, am I supposed to know I gotta have 3D glasses now at home to watch the Grammys?
I know that's
like they did it in 3D, and you're like, where can I get how am I supposed to buy 3D glasses?
Avatar, they're just trying to
capitalize
on that hype. Like,
And they showed
3D.
I don't know if Michael Jackson's trying to capitalize on Evans. Michael Jackson probably a little more hype than that.
No, I mean just the 3D aspect.
the way they
They
because it was like
Did you see his white children come out and give a little speech? By the way, they have no idea what they're doing.
no.
They're clearly not his children.
No,
It's such a
he
weird
adopted
thing.
them. I think to play with them probably.
I mean that's
I
what's
think
funny.
he adopted
No,
some victims. Yeah.
he got Macaulay Culkin's sperm, impregnated that fat nurse, and then made those babies.
Is that your theory? Genuine?
That's I read that somewhere.
Macaulay
Well,
Culkin?
they say they might be Macaulay Culkin's kid. That's speculation.
Yeah.
Well, he hangs out at Eastville, so we could ask him. Macaulay Culkin, and Marco at
He's
Eastville,
tiny,
who
right?
knows him?
How small is he? He's so
No, I feel like he's like my height. Like,
short. No.
yeah,
It'd be funny if you just went up and asked me. Yeah, those are my kids.
I realize
Yeah.
he just seems bigger because he's always slapping his cheeks and screaming.
yeah. Well, that was like the 3D.
He's a short.
What's
dude.
funny, like the Michael Jackson thing, is really like every time it shows now, like when it's in 3D, it's like we're gonna watch him like rape these kids in 3D. Like he raped these kids, and we're like, we miss him, and you're like, I mean, we think he raped children. So does everybody find?
That'd
Like,
have been a great
Acquitted.
3D. Yeah.
He was acquitted.
Yeah, he was acquitted. That would be a great 3D if Michael Jackson's unzipping his zipper.
Yeah.
And this weird black and white wiener comes right at you.
they also had like what's funny is like
You think his dick looks like a black and white cookie? Like literally, it's like a line right down the middle.
when Lionel Richie, he said, all right, he goes, so we're gonna do something for Michael Jackson. He named the singers like Celine Dion, Usher, Jennifer Hudson, Carrie Underwood.
Where's the dartboard?
Yeah.
They were throwing like we're gonna have a pretty cool Michael Jackson duet. We're gonna get Johnny Cash's sister. Like no one made any sense at all. Fergie.
He said it though when he introduced them before they did the song, but they came out like it was supposed to be a surprise that each of them were coming out. So you were like, well, why don't you just let it be like if you let them all come out individually, then you see everybody go, oh, that's Celine Dion. Oh, that's like. But he just mentioned them all, and then he's like, and here they go. And they're not just all standing out there; they all come
They
separately
make a
out.
weird entrance.
Yeah.
And it was you didn't see that at all.
I
right?
didn't see any of the graphics.
I mean, Michael Jackson was pretty bad. What a weird conglomeration of people. And by the way, they brought them there to do. They were like a background choir.
Yeah.
Like it was just Michael Jackson playing over the loudspeaker, and they'd be like, "Yeah, what I'm talking about." Like none of them did
were
anything.
people crying? Were people bawling?
They all stand.
It's hard
there,
to
like-
tell because they were wearing old timey 3D glasses. There was
Yeah.
something funny about Jay-Z sitting there and Beyonce clapping and wearing like the genuine like one blue, one red.
What
3D
was
glasses.
what was the point of the fucking 3D thing?
Because
Well,
it was in 3D, but it was like.
But it was
yeah.
nothing to do with Michael Jackson. It was just a girl in a field, a little
Yeah.
girl in a field, so you wouldn't get any funny ideas. It was a girl. A little girl in a field with butterflies. And
Yeah, he
like,
never touched a little girl. I think we could all agree on
No,
that.
yeah.
I think the girls were safe.
Nobody's even
okay,
suspicious
you know what?
of that.
If this group's ever come together on one thing, it's that he's totally gay for young boys.
I think
There.
they
Finally, Giannis and Nate will come together.
We will
on
come
this.
together on that point,
Yeah.
right?
It might have-
You think you touched the kids, right?
Yeah.
maybe it was some weird beyond the grave shit where he had every kid that settled out of court with him was sent 3D glasses.
As a stipulation of the settlement.
Hey, sorry what I did to you. Enjoy this tonight.
I leave to you 2 roller coaster cars.
You
and-
will
did.
never
I
be
do,
safe.
I do think that song was unbelievable. Like that. Like,
Did
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
It's amazing though that people cannot exercise cognitive dissonance when it comes to Michael Jackson though. It's like Hitler had some pretty sweet paintings too.
What do you say about?
That was pretty terrible.
What do you say about the KKK or something? Like you can almost get on board with them if they just took out.
Propaganda's great.
Yeah,
that's
they're
why
good
it's
at it.
propaganda. It
Yeah.
works. I go, but then you gotta realize that because I'm Jewish. That's what's funny. It's like it's always. I mean,
You always get seduced by it.
I mean,
when you
it's
remember
like-
you're Jewish. You're
It's
like, oh wait
why
a
should
second.
go back to Africa so we can be safe. Like listening. Like, Mexicans are taking all the jobs. Like I see that happening a little bit. It's like the goddamn Jews on all of it. It's like, oh, all right. Here's your application back. Sorry, fellas. I didn't
You
know-
almost had me.
I didn't know there was a drug test.
Let's talk about.
I go, here's your literature back.
Like I just don't understand why people can't enjoy his music without sobbing about the loss of him. I mean, the loss
Yeah.
of him. First of all, he hasn't made it. Anyway, we talked about this like
Yeah.
way back.
He hasn't made a good
yeah.
song in a long time.
Yeah.
That's all right. Let's talk about Pink's performance, which was the.
Yeah, I was leaving the
bananas.
house going to my show, and I saw immediately everyone was tweeting about this. She did something
Because
amazing.
she looked like half naked.
Well,
that
no,
the only
and then
thing?
no, she does because she did the other performance on one of them where she was like tied up and she was doing like circus stuff. She's doing like like going up in like the Circus Soleil kind of type stuff, and so she's singing like it was like pretty like cool. She got wet at one point where I was like, I don't know where that water came from.
They dunk her in water and then they spin her around a bunch and like she showers the crowd with water. Which is funny seeing all the black girl performers like trying to cover their hair.
Don't fuck up my hair.
Oh shit!
I just got this done.
I think that's considered artistic because she's not hot.
Right.
Like if she had big tits, it would be like there'd be a big cry today.
She's hot to me, brother.
She's hot to you.
She's hot to me.
She looks like a dude.
I like a masculine girl.
Yeah, she's got a bit of a dude face.
I always just like soccer players and field hockey, but that's my type of
shit. Right. You'll figure out some things.
That was a good Family Guy joke I saw the other day. This is more disappointing than that Playboy issue. It's like, okay, women of the Summer Olympics. He's like, man, those are some broad shoulders. I guess small boobs are good for swimming. Those are balls. That's a really funny one.
Well, you've met Pink?
I met Pink early in my career. Yeah, I thought she was.
Oh, I remember the story on the plane, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing comedy for 6 months about.
And you were doing BET, right?
And I got BET's Come With You, which it turns out, I think if you just have a videotape of yourself telling a joke anywhere to anyone, you can get on BET. And that worked. I had a tape of me doing that, so I think when I told my dad that too, I was like, I'm doing BET's comedy. He goes, that's so cool. I'm like,
wait a second, you were in contact with your dad at that point?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would tell him stuff, yeah.
Right. How did you track him? I thought you guys weren't in contact.
No, we weren't like at a loss for each other. We just didn't talk ever. Like, he just like...
So you called him up excited when you got
yeah,
at that point you were like...
No, yes. It was funny, but years later it's almost like it could have been like, hey, Dad, if you want to come do it, you could probably do it too. It's like, just like tell one of your fart jokes to one of your work, office people.
Right.
And,
Tell me.
So, I remember going to Philadelphia airport and waiting in line. I'm just feeling super confident because in the world I know, I'm doing all black comedy circuit, and I've reached the pinnacle.
I remember when I first started doing comedy, I heard your name. It was some lucky. It was a Salem contest.
Salem Orby.
Yeah,
man.
That you won.
Yeah.
You won that, right? That was when I first started doing comedy. I was like, yeah, this guy Jay Oakerson won this. You got like $5,000 for that, right, or something?
No, I was supposed to be. The year before it was something like that.
Right.
The year I won it was. I mean, it worked out. Paid off in dividends, I guess, ultimately. But I won a weekend at Caroline's opening for Kim Coles. They like to keep it as black as possible with your winnings. And I think and a carton of Salem. Yeah. That's also what I got, which got me smoking, which was nice.
Right. So you came up strictly doing the black rooms.
So I would go to the white room. They would literally, I'd go to the white rooms, and they would come at me and they go, let's find me and Kurt Metzger. It was very white. You know what I mean? And we'd go to the black rooms, and they'd be like, yo, Jay, have a good show. Because I just went the character completely. I'd wear FUBU sweaters or sweatshirts and whatever it took. I had my pant leg rolled up, my one boot on, like my boots unlaced, you know what I mean? It's like open and stuff like that. I think one time I wore wide receiver gloves and a Warwick Dove jersey. I did everything. I had a big chain with a cross. I'm Jewish, but it was just like... Literally anything that these people I get on stage, they would go, all right, I'm listening. Instead of being like, fuck you, black boy, which is what they would do to Kurt. So whenever we do like these black shows, me and Kurt would go, they'd always go to me, they'd go like, yo, Jay, do your thing, man. Crowd's hot. And they'd go to Kurt and they'd be like, yo, man, you got to come hard with this shit, man. You can't go up there bullshit. But Kurt had such better jokes than me or anybody. They called him Bring Him Back Kurt. They used to call Kurt Bring Him Back Kurt because he would go up there, they'd yell corny white boy and curse him out. He'd leave the stage uncomfortable and nervous. And then the host would have to go back up there and goes, come on, y'all, this guy's funny, man. It doesn't matter that he's white, man. You gotta listen to him. You gotta listen to him. He's got some funny jokes. Come on, we're gonna bring him back one more time. We're gonna bring him back, Kurt. And no one, by the way, can get the word. For some reason, black comedians couldn't get out Metzger. Just wouldn't happen.
Right.
So
if they don't understand a name, they won't pronounce it. Charlie Murphy still calls me Janos the whole time. It was just Janos.
Yeah,
you would hear people saying Giannis. It was just Janos.
Yeah,
and every kid I grew up with, whatever they wanted my name to be, it was what it was.
It's fucking bananas, dude.
They can't hear the
everyone said to me, they go, why do you go by Big J Oakerson? I go, well, because I kind of branded Big J because years of doing shows where I had like TV, like Bad Boys of Comedy, White Boys in the Hood, and you're talking to these people who know me, and it's like, all right, Big J, what am I saying now? I'm like, just go with J Oakerson. And they go, J Oakerson, got it. And then they come back and they go, Oberson? I'm like, no, Oaker, like oak tree. Think of oak tree, Oakerson. Pretty goes, Oakerson, got it. And they come back and it goes, older man. And I'm like, Big J is fine, dude. I'm not going to be a mango and make it
It's
like
so true. I don't know what
worse.
that is, but there's something.
So
about
Kurt, they couldn't get out. So what's funny with Kurt's name was they go, he would say Kurt Metzger, and they go, Metzger, got it. And what they would do is they would always forget. So by the time, they wouldn't even try Metzger half the time. They would just they would stretch the word Kurt out, like long to fill up space for like the cadence of the last name.
Kurt.
So they were like, they would make some noise for Kurt. I said it sounded like the 12 on Remember Sesame Street, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, Kurt. And once you go, yo, dude, bringing back Kurt was hilarious. So I'm trying to think where I'm at in this thing.
Pink. You were Pink.
Go back to Pink.
Yeah, so
You're pretty excited. You're on the plane.
pretty excited. I'm doing this thing, and I'm feeling cocky for maybe the first time in my life. Comedy 6 months, and I'm doing television, and it's like the pinnacle of like the black comedy time. There's no Def Jam, nothing like that going on.
Right.
It's just comedy. The only reason I'm doing it, by the way, at the time is also there was an after strike. I don't even know what that means at the time. I don't know what after is or any of the unions. Or so like there's an after strike, so they're taking a lot of people. Whatever. I'm like, cool, and they go, well, here's why. They paid you $150 in a check, by the way, taxable, and they don't put you up and they don't fly you out. But they suggest the hotel where they will transport you to and from, which is expensive.
Right.
It's like a hotel Marriott.
So you have to pay for everything.
Everything. My grandmother helps me out with the money. And as I'm getting ready to head out there,
A white Jewish grandmother helps you out with
my white Jewish grandma helped me get the BET comedy. And I heard, oh, it sounds wonderful. I'm going to be there with Diggy Daz and, Shuckety Duckety is going to be on the bill, I believe, Grandma. Tommy Two Smoofs. She's going, it sounds like wonderful. So, yeah, sure. So, I, at the airport, just feeling cocky. I'm feeling good, and I see this girl, really cute girl, I thought, at the time especially. She's wearing like a denim jacket, denim jeans, and like she's holding this giant Pink Panther thing, and she has a blue bandana on, and you see the pink curls come out the side. And I'm just talking to her, and she says her name's Alicia, and I'm like, Jay. And I'm just feeling confident to hit on this girl, basically, I'm like, and I'm just trying to lay right away quick. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm heading out to Atlanta to do Comic View, BET. She's like, I love that show. That's really, you're a comedian? That's so cool. I'm like, yeah, whatevs. I guess that's cool. I'm like, what are you going to Atlanta for? You live there? You live here visiting people? She goes, no, I'm from here. She goes, I'm actually going in there to finish my album. And right away I go, she's trying to one-up me, so I'm like, I lose interest immediately. I'm like, oh, who gives a shit? Whatever. She's full of shit. She goes, yeah, I'm on LaFace Records. And I'm like, all right. And I'm listening to enough rap at that point because of my surroundings that I'm like, I know LaFace Records is like Outkast and stuff like that at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, like Outkast and Goody Mob and stuff. And she goes, oh yeah, Big Boy from Outkast is actually doing a guest spot on my album. And I'm like, right. Like, I just don't believe it.
Yeah.
Now what's hilarious is I'm being so cocky and shit. And I go, all right, well, and I go, so you sing? What's your full name? And she goes, oh, it's Alicia. She goes, I perform under Pink, and I see the pink curls of hair coming out of you. And I go, oh, Pink is all right. And in my head, I literally said, I remember going like, that's going to catch on. Pink. What a dumb fucking name. Yeah, it's going to be super popular. And she gets on the plane, and it's so funny, I'm going, my ticket that my grandmother bought me to go sit in aisle 27 of this like economy flight, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting in the middle seat, and I look back, I'm still feeling cocky enough that I look back, and in row 30 is fucking old Pink, so right there, and she's not, no songs out, nothing yet. She's just doing her first, and she looks back, and she waves at me, and I actually give her like a, right, sure, yeah, good talk, and I sit down in my middle seat, and when it's all over, as we're splitting off at the airport, her words, literally, she goes, hey, this is going to be awesome when we both make it. We could always say, remember when we met on that flight and stuff like that? I'm like, oh yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. So I do. Now I should tell what happened and like how bad the experience was.
That is hysterical.
I'm going to tell how bad the experience was at Comic View because it all kind of flows in.
So she really said that on the way out. She's like,
literally, swear to God. So I go to Comic. This is my experience at Comic View. I go there. They make you sit around all day. Because I'm one of the few white guys out there, a lot of the production is white, and they don't trust or like black people. So what they do is they inadvertently make the whole situation seem very racist because they are putting things on me that are not necessary. So in other words, they go, I'm like, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, if you're going to smoke a cigarette, it goes, fine, then wait right here. Kareem, Tony, Khalif, whatever. You know, it's like, go now, smoke a cigarette, because Jay's going, because they know I'll come back, and I'll bring them. And they try to give me everyone's, like, dinner ticket. Like, can you hold everyone? I'm like, no, you're making it weird. Like, I have to babysit these guys. Like, they're human beings.
Right.
Like, they hear you. They hear you trying to have this white bonding moment. It's like, can you watch these blacks, please, and make sure they get their dinner or they get ornery?
Now take this nightstick.
And by the way, also, it's why they make you get to Comic View at 9 a.m. And they don't film till 9 at night, is because they don't trust anyone's going to stay or show up. Right. So I go to Comic View. This is funny, dude. So I go to Comic View there all day. It sucks just waiting around. I get my shot. My uncle, who's my real dad's brother, who I haven't seen since I was a kid. He lives in Atlanta. I'm coming with some work buddies. It's gonna be. I haven't seen in years. I'm so proud of you. This is so amazing. All night, they're the ones in the audience that are the guys that are the. Got a couple of white boys up in. Oh shit! Who's gonna start dancing? It's the white boys. Do this one, white boy. My dumb fucking uncle. Now, my only release to this whole thing is, and Nate's been in enough hotels with me to back this up, is I like my hotel room to be freezing cold. And it's summertime in Atlanta. It's fucking hot. I like it to be cold in my room.
Black people like it hot.
Yeah. So, at very least, worst case scenario, if the show sucks, if everything goes bad, it's one of my first times ever going on the road to do any kind of comedy, ever. It's like flying somewhere to do comedy. I got a hotel room. It's very new to me being in hotel rooms. Now it's like such like a regular thing, but like I've never been in like hotel rooms, I guess, before. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, my night in a hotel room. I just did a TV show. It'll be awesome. My uncle comes to the show, and there's a buffet of food out there. And before anything happens, as soon as the show is over, the show goes pretty good. I wore my FUBU jersey, my whole thing, and then I go to my set. At the end, he's talking to me. He goes, you got to come back to the house. Everyone's waiting up for you. Everyone can't wait to see. I go, I'm leaving in the morning to go back to Philly. I was like, I got to catch a flight. He goes, I'll have you back in the morning. What time's your flight? 9 o'clock? I'll have you back by 7 at the airport. It just seems like it's far. I'm going to get some food and kind of relax. Come on, everyone's waiting up. We haven't seen you since you were a kid. Oh, your cousin, we were like little kids together, this girl. Your cousin misses you so much. She can't wait. Everyone's waiting up. All right, Uncle Vinny. So I get in his car. He goes, really close by. We're 45 minutes into this journey, into the middle of nowhere. I'm saying, well, I want to get some food. I didn't eat the thing. I'm really hungry. He goes, well, stop. There's going to be a place. He goes, look, there's a Food Line right by my house. Now, Food Line strikes a bell in my head because I watched a documentary, maybe not a year before that. Specifically at Food Lines, like a Southern franchise, I guess.
Yeah, it's a grocery store.
Grocery store. That Food Line doing weird shit like they were busted for like repackaging like salmon as tuna fish when it changes colors, and repackaging turkey meat and saying it's ground beef when it's not, like just gross shit. And I was like, I don't want to go to Food Line. He goes, there's a Subway open, and I'm like, really? Like Subway? Like, all right, fine. We go to Subway. I get a foot long whatever sandwich, something. He drives me into, I think he's joking, he drives into a log cabin down in the woods, is where he lives basically, in a log house, with his wife, my Aunt Patty, his son, who I have no idea whose kid this really is because he's a chubby kid with like bright orange hair and freckles all over his face. No one's got freckles or red hair. And my cousin Nikki, who is home with her, she has a baby now. She's young, she's my age, and this is like, I'm 20 years old maybe when this happens. And so I go out to, we pull the truck down, and I'm like, oh, this is going to fucking suck. We walk into the house, first thing, they have a giant dog. I mean, like a huge, one of those Mastiff type dog, like huge. Comes over, just annihilates my sandwich. That's the first move the whole time. Comes over, drills the sandwich. Gone. Nothing I can do about it. So I'm sorry, I'm making something. I go, oh, it's fine, I'll wait till the morning. By the way, no one's awake. No one's waiting for me. No one's even any idea that I'm fucking showing up. Not one person. He goes to try to tell my aunt. He goes, she's cranky. I hear her go, it's like, why are you bringing people home this time of night? And I'm like, all right. He's like, she's cranky. She'll talk to her in the morning. That's fine. I'm like, all right. He makes his little chubby redheaded kid come out of the room. I basically drag him by the arm. And he's like, huh? And I'm like, hey, buddy. He's like, hey, and goes back to bed. He's like 12 or 13. He goes, sit down and he goes, your cousin's going to be so excited when I tell her. I thought he said everyone was waiting up for me. He goes, I told him that, yeah, it's fine. He goes to get my cousin Nicole, who comes out. She looks awful at the time. And she's sitting there, and she fucking, but she's asleep, and, to be fair, she's like asleep and everything. She's down, and I'm trying to eat some garbage they gave me, like a snack. And she starts riffing off the story. She goes, so my kid's half black, right? And I'm like, no. I go, that's cool, though. It's like, I go, I'm making jokes. Uncle Vinny upset about it. She goes, he is, but it's not because he's black. It's because he's black, but he's in jail. And I'm like, oh, for what? I go, as a joke, I'm like, oh, for killing a guy? She goes, he didn't kill him, but he did shoot him in the face. And he was trying to kill him, but because he didn't die, he actually only got manslaughter. So it's only going to be like 15 years. I was like, all right. I go, and you're waiting for him, I guess? And she was like, oh, yeah, love him. I love him. But I fuck a lot. So that's the insane story that's going on with there. And then she goes back to bed. 15 minutes, all this happens, and it's over. This is why I had to come back to this house.
Party waiting for you, huh?
Yeah.
Macaroni salad out, everything.
It's fucking hot as hell. It's Atlanta in the summer. It's hot as hell, and they have no air conditioning. Ceiling fans, which suck. And I go, so where am I sleeping? And my uncle presents his couch to me like he's showing me a fucking king side bed. He goes, huh? Am I right or am I right? Huh? It's a couch that, by the way, it's the love seat because the dog sleeps on the couch. Swear to God. The love seat has 2 mismatched cushions that don't fit. So my back's hitting springs all the time. And I'm laying there, and to turn the light off, he has to turn off the ceiling fan.
Oh, jeez.
Because everything's going on. And I'm just trying to go with the flow, because I'm a guest, but it sucks. So I'm laying there in this fucking place, and I have to, is this boring? I feel like I'm boring.
No, it's great.
I'm laying there in this fucking place, and I'm nodding in and out. I'm watching He Got Game is running on a loop on some channel. So I'm in my second and a half viewing of He Got Game. And I sit there, I'm just looking up. I'm like, I'm hot. I'm sweating. I'm like looking at the dog. I'm like, this fucking dog. I'm hungry. I just wish I was in my hotel. And I'm like, and now I'm itchy. There's something. I go, my fucking hands are itching. I go, and my hands look like they're on fire right now. Like, what's wrong with my hands? I see my hands are all kind of reddish, but it's dark. I can't really tell.
Right.
So I go, and I guess something bit me. I got a bite. I ended up seeing like a point where I was bit at someone. I don't know what reaction I had, but I looked down the hallway at one point, and I see this creature-looking thing like way down the hall. I go, ah! I go, what the? And I start going, it's me. I'm disfigured with hives. I'm not even a highly allergic person to anything, but I got hives. Like my eyes are all fucking weird and so. And I just go, in family I don't know very well. So I go, bleep! And scream. And everyone wakes up, and I'm screaming, go, something's wrong! Something's wrong! And I'm having a full-blown panic. I haven't seen him since I was maybe 12 years before this. I was a kid. I'm like, I can't. They're like, calm down. Your aunt's a nurse. She's a nurse, and she will figure this out. You're going to be fine. She goes, I go in the room. They wake her up. She's half asleep. She's like, what's going on? I go, he goes, he's having a reaction to something. So my fucking cousin, the little redheaded kid, my cousin, the girl, comes in holding her half-black kid. My uncle Vinny and my aunt, they go, you got to get under really hot water. You have to get under hot water. And talk about feeling like a Jew in Auschwitz. I swear to God, my uncle strips me naked and puts me in a scalding hot shower, and I collapse into it. So I'm laying on the side, I'm just screaming, and there's scalding hot water in front. While the family's watching me, buttoning my dicks out, I'm like ah! And they're all just sitting there. She's holding the baby and everything. It's like, is he gonna be okay? And I was like, making these noises in this goddamn shower stall, and it starts to feel a little better after a while. Butt naked, by the way. Dick's just hanging. It's awful. And I get dressed and I go, I want to leave. I want to leave now. Now I'm feeling bitchy too. He's like, I'm going to take you in the morning. I go, I got to go. I can't stay. He's like, we'll take you. I walk out of the house and I go, I want to try to hitchhike. And he goes, there's no cars out there. And they live in the woods. But I tried. I come back in and I sit there and they take me back to he takes me back way in the morning. What are our last words? He goes, I'm really happy you came to see us, man. I go, yeah. I closed the door. I went to the hotel, went to the airport. I went home. 6 months later, I'm working at 7-Eleven. That's my job at the time. Done a Comic View, but I'm working at 7-Eleven. Working at 7-Eleven, I'm like, this fucking sucks. And I'm contemplating quitting comedy. Because I think I didn't really know how to get into the mainstream circuit. There wasn't really one in Philly.
Right.
So I'm like, this is the low ceiling on this, and I'm not going to make any money ever, and these experiences suck. And I'm getting shit thrown at me. I've been like, jumped by promoters, all this goofy shit. It's like, this fucking sucks. And then I'm sitting there, and like the night that I'm having this crisis of conscience, the owner of the 7-Eleven comes in. She goes, "We're gonna start carrying some new merchandise, so we got to log it all in." I go, "All right," and they start carrying the top new singles coming out, and I see fucking Pink, you blah blah, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, really? Like, I was so shitty to her, like, she's made it now. When we both make it, blah blah blah, and now I'm fucking. And then the worst was like Dean Edwards. I told Dean Edwards that story, and he was on Saturday Night Live. And when she came on, he goes, "I love that story so much." He goes, "I told her that story," and she was like, "I don't really remember." Like, that's the funniest part of the whole thing.
I don't know him.
That is fucking funny. Wow.
Well, he's talking about those all the black rooms. Tell me that story the other day that you left early.
Which?
The one you ended up going out the back.
Oh yeah, dude, that was one of the first. That was the first show I ever did, like, paying show away from a comedy club. I was in the Laugh House in Philly every Thursday. It was like the big show to do. That was like their big open mic. It was packed. It was awesome open mic in regards to open mics. Open mics usually 5 comics in the back of the room, and like maybe a couple people show up, and you're talking to a bunch of comics. This wasn't performed for the comics. Oh, this was a sold out comedy club. You been to the Laugh House in Philadelphia?
No.
It's sold out.
Yeah,
It's packed to the wall because it's promoted on the rap station. A DJ on the rap station, one of the co-owners, they sponsored it. It was like this big.
It was
deal.
the only club.
Only game in town at the time. Yeah, there was no helium or nothing at that point. There's like some comedy cabarets, but they're small potatoes places. And so they go, "Yo, Joe, I want you to do this show for me, man. It's gonna be cool." At a place called Roy's Comfort Zone. It's a hilarious title. Roy's. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I guess I'll do that. So I go to my mom. My mom's like, "Oh, really?" I go, "Yeah, they paid me $50 to do comedy. How cool is that?" And she goes, "That's really cool, I guess." They weren't like super supportive at the time of me doing comedy. And she goes, "Where's it at?" I go, Broad Street in Hunting Park in North Philly. And she goes, "Please, just don't go to do that." And I'm like,
really dangerous.
bad neighborhood in North Philadelphia, yeah. And I'm like, "What? But I'm doing comedy. Everyone's gonna be cool." She goes, "I'd rather give you $50 to stay home if you would." I was like, "No, I want to earn money doing comedy." I'm trying to be, like, hold my own here as like a man in some way. Dude, I go up to do Roy's Comfort Zone. I walk in, everything's cheetah print, which is funny already. Like, and it's like, you've been there before, like black after work lounge type things. Yeah. It's a really thin, long place, and the stage is at the front of it. And it goes really far back, deep, but it's really thin. And there's only one front door, and that's the way out. Now, in the back, we're waiting to go on, and the host of the show is Buck the Fuck Wild. That's what his name. That's what we had to call him.
Is that Buck Wild or
not Buck Wild from like the radio? No, it's just the Philly guy, Buck the Fuck Wild. We ended up going to jail for several years after these shows. Buck the Fuck Wild goes up there, and they're all, it's all this shit that gets them riled up. You know what I mean? Yo, bitches gotta be sucking more dick in 2001. And they're, I mean, literally, it's the place is going bananas and screaming shit, and he's doing things like, breaking down lyrics of the newest rap song. And he goes, "All right, so I'm gonna bring up first comic. Yo, this motherfucker's the blackest motherfucker I know. He went to Martin Luther King High School. He be fucking up white boys all the time. Yo, give it up for the blackest shit motherfucker, Big J." And I'm
did
like,
he just do that to fuck with you? Or?
I think just to be funny,
right?
But it's my first time it's my first time away from this comedy club. That I didn't even always do well at this packed comedy club, but the thing was, it's a less weird environment than this. Now I'm at my first time doing a bar show.
The other place,
the other place, they're at a comedy show, so I can get up there and maybe try to get a joke, or they'll see how I talk or whatever before they start booing. This place, so I walk out there, and I walk out there, by the way, with a look of confusion, like I didn't, because I thought he wasn't calling me at a point. And he goes, "Big J," and I'm like, go, and I'm like, I don't know, me now. And I grabbed the microphone, and I remember just talking.
Was this first? Did you have to go first?
First.
Oh man.
Hosting than me. Yeah. That was always the case. And I'm like, "Hey guys, how's everybody feeling out there?" Blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, "Yo, we can't hear you, motherfuckers!" People in the audience. I go, all right, well, so I never asked if they could hear me. I just keep talking a little loud. I go, and so I live with my folks, and that's pretty like, yo, motherfucker, we can't hear you. And now I'm doing all my jokes. I'm like humping stools and never been fucking a bitch. And I'm like, yo, man, we can't hear you. And I'm humping a stool, by the way, as they're saying this. And I mean humping, like I got it on its side. I'm not just humping it like it's like doggy style. I'm like almost on top of it. Like I'm squatting on a stool that's laying on its side. And I'm like, and they go, motherfucker, yo, we can't hear you. And I'm just getting frustrated. I go, all right, well, how about this? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is that good? And the guy's like, yeah. And I go, so I got this girl. He's like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, and I went, dude. And the fucking mic dies.
Oh.
So I'm like, dude. You can't hear me at all. And I'm like, I'm looking at the microphone. And I'm like, what this is. And the guys in the back are waving me over. They're like, come here. So I walk over to the microphone. I give him. He goes, dude. He goes, I'm going to give you this microphone.
Empty now.
Yeah, his stage is empty, and he goes, we'll switch microphones. We'll get you right back out there. And I was like, hey, they're not really into what I'm doing, so I'll just bail, I guess. And he's like, yeah, you don't want to go back out? I go, I mean, I'd go back out, but it doesn't seem like the show is really. It's probably going to make the show worse. Like he's like, all right, man, no problem. And then I sit around for like 5 minutes or so, and I go, can I get paid? I go, Touré told me I was supposed to get $50. You know Touré.
Right.
I go, I was supposed to get $50. And he goes, $50, man, you did like a minute. And I was like, I know. I'm sorry. He goes, nah, you know what, white boy? He goes, you came out here, man. You deserve $50 for coming out, this motherfucker. And I was like, thank you. So he gives me $50. And then I'm like, so how do I get out of here exactly? And he goes, you got to walk right through that way, the same way you came in, through the audience. I'm like, oh. I'm like, is there a back way? I could have sworn I saw a guy. Could have sworn I saw a panel where a guy walked in from the back somewhere else. No, I don't know where it went, but he just went somewhere else. I thought. And I'm like, isn't there a back way? He goes, no, man, there's no back way. This is the back room. He goes, you got to go out the front. And I'm like, and he kind of walks away. I'm just sitting there debating. And kids what made me annoyed is like little Kevin Hart, little Kev at the time.
Yeah, Kevin Hart's
Big star now.
big star
Yeah,
now.
big star now.
And
But-
you started with him.
Right. And Kev goes to me. We became friends pretty quick. And he goes, hey, Jay, you want me to walk you out the front? And I was like, Kev, what the fuck? I mean, really? I go, no, I ain't a bitch. By the way, I probably would have been much better. If that was my last option, I probably would have had Kev walk me out. But I was like trying to think of other options. I go, Kev, I don't need you to walk me out. I'm fine with it. And just on my own, I kind of go, I know I saw a guy go into like a back door or something over here. And I see it's a small, like short, maybe 3 foot, 3.5 foot off, door from ground to like where it stops. And I'm like, that's the back way out of here. So I'm getting out of here through the back. I open this little hatch and I go in it, and then I close it, and now I'm in it. And people saw me go in it, and they were kind of like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, I just didn't answer. I'm like, I just want to get out of this fucking show. I'm in the walls, dude. In the walls. And I'm literally like walking sideways like this in the fucking walls. And I'm
The
like,
door locked behind you.
No, but I didn't want to go back out
So
because
you're trying to
I'm
find
going
light.
to find the fucking way out of here. Yeah, I mean, there's light coming through. I was like pitch black.
Right.
And then I see a part where I'm like, oh, it looks like this is like cut out. Like this is a panel to get out, dude.
You
And I
got
fucking...
you're like you said to me. Everything's rubbing like. 'cause
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all
my
like-
stomach and back are definitely rubbing on the front and back of the wall. I mean, I'm like, yeah, I have to walk sidestep. I push this thing out, and the panel falls down, and I'm in the kitchen of the place next door. And all this guy saw was his fucking his wall come crashing down, and a fat guy in a FUBU jersey going, oh, hey, sorry. He's like, what are you doing in my kitchen? What? He's like yelling at me, but he's like whacking something with a cleaver. Like it's like almost like a cartoon. And I'm like, I just got to, he's understanding what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to go back, because my whole thing is like, I can't go back.
Right.
Because to squat down and come back, like just emerge from the door, it's like, hey guys, you were right. That really wasn't the way out at all. So I had to plead with this guy to let me walk through his thing and get out of there, dude.
Funny.
What was the other one with the stage, being on stage with Norton.
But yeah, this was one of your first big. You lived here at the time, or no?
Still lives in Philly.
Still in Philly. You used to drive up.
Used to drive up.
You
So I
used to
started
drive
going
from
to
Philly.
comedy.
That's like what, like 2 hours, hour and a
2
half.
hours.
2 hours. You'd always come up with Kevin Hart and
Keith
does Keith.
Robinson.
Did he live in Philly too?
Yeah.
So and Keith was in the scene, so y'all both come up together.
Keith Robinson mentors
Yeah.
both. So I just like through meeting the people, Jim Norton and Patrice and all these people, I was able to finagle my way into getting, and also knowing the people at the rock station in Philly, and the 94 YSP, which had Stern and Opie and Anthony in the afternoons before all of their shit went south. So
Norton's on Opie
and Anthony, and he's selling out all out of nowhere. Norton's now a sellout draw. TLA in Philadelphia, famous theaters where Dice did his first special. Dice Man comments to TLA. And they go, we'll give you like the first spot. It's Keith Robinson and Norton. Keith's opening, but you can go up and do like 7 minutes to open the show. Great, it's packed. TLA, I go up there and it's just Philadelphia audience.
There's like 2,000 people probably.
1,000 maybe.
1,000.
It's not a huge place. It's just like
it's
a theater though. It's 1,000 packed, standing room only. And they go, all right, Jay, you're gonna go out there first and get them going. You're really they're gonna love this, man. It's gonna be awesome. This crowd's great. They're gonna be great. Cool. So the voice of God comes over and goes, everyone welcome to they just drop the lights and no warm up, nothing's cold. Jay Oakerson or Big J, whatever they say, and I walk out there and I grab the microphone. One of these raving animals. You ever performed in Philly before?
Yeah,
they're animals. They're fucking animals.
Yeah.
I'm from there. I'm telling you, they don't behave right. I grab the microphone and I go, hey, and they can't hear me at all. Mike's dead. No sound coming through it.
And they want Norton, right? They just want to see Norton.
They thought they was going to say, hey, everyone, how you doing? Here's Jim Norton.
Right. And it's pitch black dark, and there's a spotlight.
Yeah, there's a spotlight.
Standings can't move.
And it's not mobile. So if you want to be seen at all, spotlight with the microphone stand. I'm talking to the thing, nothing's coming out. And no one's even yelling, we can't hear them. I know they can't hear me. The monitors, nothing. I'm like, oh, this thing's not working, man. After they give me about a 15-second leeway, and they start going, asshole, asshole. And I'm standing there with nothing. I'm just taking it. I can't move. I'm in
1,000 people.
1,000 people chanting asshole. And the best part is, after an inordinate amount of time, an engineer guy comes out and he grabs the microphone. I just stand there in the spotlight still, asshole. And the guy's got the mic, he's doing the thing. And they just keep saying asshole. And I know it's for me, by the way, but I'm going against the guy's working on his knees doing something. And I'm like, I know, right? Like this guy. I keep pointing at him with my thumbs. I'm like, oh yeah, I know this guy's an asshole, right? And they're like, no, you're an asshole. And then he gives me the microphone back, and it's just so funny to learn how to get Philadelphia crowds. And part of the development of my filthy comedy is that he hands me the microphone. He goes, here you go. And I go, oh, thank you, everyone, thank you. I go, hey, who's getting some pussy tonight? And the place went, I killed. I got him back, but man, talk about those awkward moments on stage.
That's the thing about stand-up comedy is, would you ever start a job where the option might be 1,000 people and chant
asshole?
Just imagine all that energy coming at you, just 1,000, like a ball of a collective energy.
They all hate you,
directing it at you.
Oh, yeah. I'm still trying.
It's hard to tell anyone how that feels, man. It's like
it's impossible. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, and you realize how many people have never performed anything to feel sympathy for that, because I would. When I see somebody like eating it hard, not so much like open mic, that's just kind of something that's funny or whatever like that, but like when you see people, it's cringeworthy, dude. Like I'll sit and watch like Notorious Bombs on like YouTube and stuff sometimes, and some of them really make you go like, yeesh, dude. That one on Who's Got Jokes? You ever see that one, dude?
No.
It's one of the greatest clips you've ever seen. This guy is Dave Lester.
I know him, yeah. I know him.
Dude, he goes out there. First of all, he does some shadow boxing before he goes on, which is great. They line him up for this one. He goes out there and just eats it from the opening gates. Eats it hard. Seems like a nice enough guy. I feel terrible for him.
Did he post it or somebody else posted it?
Somebody else posted it. It says the worst comedian in the world, Dave Lester. Yeah, trust me, it's not. Yeah, he didn't post it. So he goes up. He goes up there, and I mean, he is getting nothing from a live studio audience. I mean, packed. And then he has to stand there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how long he's been in comedy, and maybe it's just like myself. How I
don't think he's been doing it that long.
Yeah, maybe not. Or maybe he just evolved in some way that I would have. There's no way I would have sat through this. Then he sits there. Bill Bellamy comes out and makes fun of him for a couple minutes. Then he turns over to the judges, who the girl from Steve Harvey's show, Ray J, and some other chick.
Oh God!
And you're gonna sit there and let them tell you that you suck.
Oh,
and they do.
God.
They go. Maybe comedy's not for you.
Oh.
And you're like, really, Ray J?
Yeah.
Is it not?
Right. It's
Like,
fucking brutal.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. And then he comes. And then, by the way, then there's a round 2. So he has to come back out, and then his jokes didn't work. Then he has to spin a wheel of topics, and when it lands on it, he'll tell you what this. He goes. So he lands on Michael Jackson. And they go, all right, Dave, do your thing. And he goes, woo! He does like a Michael Jackson, like scream. And then he goes, how about that Michael Jackson, huh? He goes, who liked Michael Jackson here? Raise your hand. Little boys, raise your hands. And they go, oh.
Because they hate him already.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
he couldn't do anything right
Yeah. He goes, no, I'm just saying, he did it. And, so, I got some kids, man. I got some badass kids that go, stick to the topic! Dude, he just eats it front to back and he just let it go. So I watch it, but I do have like a genuine compassion where it's like,
yeah, because we know how it feels, man.
But at the same time, I do put fault on him because I'm like, well then, dude, don't do television.
Right.
There is something to be said for that. It's
Absolutely.
like, don't do television.
Right. You really put yourself at the mercy of that. Like when you do a contest or something, you put yourself at the mercy of some idiot judge who's going to tell you. I mean, I would never put myself through that. Yeah.
The only thing that is why I said I'm doing those tours this summer that I feel like
Explain to you.
I'm going on tour. I'm going on one tour that I can't announce yet in May and June, and then July, August, I'm on Mayhem Fest with Korn, Rob Zombie, and a bunch of other bands. And I got to go on stage, I believe, like 3 times a day. Now, the only thing that's like the saving grace is that I've just been doing this long enough now to understand. I already know I'm going to walk up there, and it's be 25,000 people. So if 2,000 listen and 1,000 leave there fans, or at least like into what I do, or get me in some way, or just even look me up and find my come in line, it's worth it because I do understand already that I'm going to go up there and it's going to be silent assholes.
Yeah.
So they're going to be like, I'm like, hey, how's everybody feeling? Fuck you, fat motherfucker. Right. You can't see who that is.
Right.
Someone's going to throw a shoe. Someone's going to do. So you just got to be funny as best you can in the environment. And I think I will. I think I'll be fine. But I'm saying but it's the understanding of that, and not going out there with that feeling. So I'm saying the guy shadow boxing and stuff like that. Like that's hilarious, dude. Like those bombs. Like so it's funny. Like that's almost a fun pinnacle to come to.
Well, you've been doing
it's almost a fun thing to come to comedy where you go. It's like I've quoted this before too, and it's just like it's awesome to know that I can kill. I think I've killed before for an hour and a half. I've done like solid, really strong the whole way for an hour and a half, probably tops. I've done. But I can bomb for 3 hours.
Right.
And I think that's a better thing to say. It's like I will never get nervous for 3 hours of hostile environment. I can sit there and keep
take it.
Like you'll leave before I leave.
Right.
Like I'll say something to this audience that makes you start filing out. Like you'll never get me, and that's like almost like a fun place to get to.
Well, you did Insane Clown Posses.
Yeah, I did all right in that though. Actually, and I didn't do too bad. The best heckle ever, man. Mike Vecchione. Like.
Because they do it. They have their own little. They have a
Gathering of the Juggalos. It's like 3 days. It's not small. It's like 3 days long. The Insane Clown Posse. This thing in Southern Illinois.
No, but I know. I've heard of it. It's like
Joey Gay did it before.
Joey Gay said he loved it. And
yeah,
he did great, but well, So like, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, like.
Well, he screams. So if it was,
Yeah, but look, he said he did great. I guess he did great. I don't know. It seems like impossible to do great. Like, I did fine. And when it was all over, me, Luis Gomez, and Mike Vecchione, people came up that they loved the show, but it's insane. And,
it's not conducive for comedy.
I mean, it's a tent at 2 in the morning in the middle of the woods.
Right.
It's packed. And it's hosted by a clown named Upchuck. And he's an older guy who's not a good comedian. He's probably not even a comedian. And he goes up there and tries to host it. And he goes, I'm going to do like 15. I'll get him warmed up. I'll get him going, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, you're going to do 15? All right, that's cool. So I go, Lewis, you do like 15. Mike, you do like 15, 20, and then I'll go up there and do 45. All right, cool. I tell Lewis, Lewis, listen, I know what you want to do here. Because everyone's, by the way, just blatantly, openly smoking pot. It's not even hidden in anywhere. And there is like cops and stuff walking around, but like gas masks, those like, the bong gas masks they're doing, all this crazy pot smoking shit. And I go to Lewis, I know you're going to say something about smoking pot and have him hand you joints on stage and shit. I go, but please do me a favor because this guy's going to suck, this clown. So I go, so please just do jokes so they know they're at a comedy show.
Right.
Try to get some jokes out.
Right.
He goes, So Upchuck goes up there to do his 15 minutes. He goes, "Hey, Juggalos, how you doing, huh?" And they contradict everything he says.
Oh, man.
He goes, "Yeah," he goes, "I see a lot of you guys out there smoking funny cigarettes, huh?" And they go, "It's weed, jerk off!" And he goes, "All right," he goes, "Oh, man," he goes, "What is that?" He goes, "Is that a gas mask bong? Is that a bong made out of a gas mask?" And you hear a guy go, "Yeah, stupid, what does it look like?" And he goes, "God damn, I'll tell you," he goes, "only the Juggalos," that's what they call their fans. And he goes, like, "Only the Juggalos can come up with something like that, a gas mask bong." He goes, "Actually, they're available everywhere." And he goes, "All right, so we're going to get the show moving. We're going to go Luis Gomez." Luis, remember, dude, jokes, man. Do jokes. Don't start doing the weed thing. Luis goes, "Hey, everyone, I don't see any Puerto Ricans here." He goes, "No one gives a shit." And Luis goes, "Hey, can I take a hit of that pot?" And he just goes right to that. He does about 10 minutes and eats balls. He brings a Vecchione. Vecchione's doing like pretty bad, and he's giving his best, man. But it's not his fault at all.
Yeah,
Vecchione's fucking
Vecchione's
hilarious.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Just not a conducive environment for what he's trying to do. Yeah. And I remember like at about 15, he was supposed to do like 20 or so. At about 15, I told the clown host, I was like, "Listen, I'm gonna let him know he can wrap it up." So I mean, like this is like prolonging just abuse.
Right.
He goes, "Yeah, you want to cover the time?" I go, "Look, if you need me to cover the time, I'll cover it. But trust me, if I do a half hour, it's plenty. But I mean, like, I'll do 45. All right, you can do it." So Mike looks over me on the side of the stage, and I'm like, "You wrap it up." And he goes, "Oh, okay." He goes, "All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here in a second." He goes, "But I want to tell you guys about a dream I had the other night." And they go, "Fuck your dreams!" And he goes, "All right, guys, I'm going to take off. Good night." And I went out there and I did like 5. I mean, like people really, that's the mistake, is that people really do believe, actually Tony Roberts, man, he's a hilarious comic, told me that a long time ago, and man, was he wrong. He got Kurt to go on stage at a Hostile Black show, which is actually the night they threw chicken at me, same night. But he got Kurt to go up, the whole thing, he was like, "Hey, Kurt, you going to go up?" And Kurt was like, he's just looking around, it's a scary black club at 2 o'clock in the morning in Atlantic City, and Kurt's like, "Nah, I'm good, I'm just came to hang out with Jay and watch." And he goes, "Oh, man, you must not be a comedian then, man. A comedian get on stage whenever there's a microphone. They hand you a microphone in a restaurant, you get up and start doing jokes." And it's like, I get what you're saying.
Right.
I
but
mean,
once
now
you've been doing it
I
for a
even
while,
get
like,
now, but it's like, I get what you're saying, but guess what? Every environment is not the environment for comedy. And people always want to hear the kind of comedy I do or the kind of comedy he, you know what I mean? Like there's a reason, like, I maybe would survive better at Mayhem Fest than Nate's comedy, and Nate would definitely do better at, like, a very organized, like, TV, like a Comedy Central taping. Nate would do has a good chance of doing significantly better than I would, where I would do better, like, something that's more chaotic. It's just what each comic does is so, like, different to themselves, and it's like, it's a weird thing. The judge goes, "Comedy should be done anywhere, everywhere." It's like, no, it really shouldn't.
Right.
So everybody talks about it. Chappelle used to grab a microphone and head out to Washington Park. It's like, really? I'd like to see the footage on that, honestly. I'd like to see how successful this legendary thing in the park was. Because I'm betting not really.
Right.
I'm betting the story is extremely hyped up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? They make it sound like, and Washington Square Park was rocking with laughter. It's like, I bet he got a couple people stop by and flip a quarter in his hat and say, "Funny stuff, kiddo."
Right. Yeah, that is true. But I mean, when you're a comic coming up, you know, you get your opportunity. You got to go out and try to make something happen, right? Like,
Sure.
I don't mean like in a hospital, but like, you know, if you in any room, you got to try to do it. Yeah. But when you get older, you've been doing it a while. You know when when it's a bad situation. Like, this is.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to a point where it's like, look, I said, fucking Patrice O'Neal, man, ate shit not too long ago, and I think he was completely right. And this comic like Maureen Langan, like, did this like internet like slam campaign on Patrice, saying he's like a bitch and he doesn't know. I think because like some police officer asked Patrice to do a benefit for one of their fallen officers, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll do it. That's fine." It was kind of local to him in Jersey, and he went to do it, and they fucking like when he got there, they told him, he goes, "Is it going to be a stage? Is it going to be quiet? There's seats. Are people sitting down? Are they going to watch a comedy show? They come and see you. Oh, everyone loves you, man. They're so excited you're doing it, whatever." He gets there, no one gave a shit about Patrice was there. They didn't know who he was. It was just not his audience.
Right.
And they're up there, and the comics are up there on stage eating it because everyone's standing, drinking, and mingling right in front of the stage. Like, they're not even listening to the comedian. You know what I mean? So Patrice goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to go up there." I'm like, why not? And then Maureen Langen's like, well, why not? You're being a bitch, and blah blah blah. And basically, it's one of those scenarios of like the guy who's got his pants around his ankles, bent over the back of the chair with his asshole reamed open, is wondering why his other buddy's just going, nah, I'm good.
Right.
I was like, what do you mean I did it? You got to do it now.
Right.
If I did it, why can't? That's her whole perspective.
Right.
But Patrice goes, no, he goes, I'll tell you what, he goes, I'd rather make the donation of money to the family. Like, I'd rather give somebody and just not, and we'll do this another time. Next year you want to do it at a comedy club, we'll set it up, and I'll do it.
Right.
I'll do it for you. But this is not going to be good for my comedy. It's going to make people walk out of here thinking I'm not as good as I am. And so, you got to represent yourself to a certain degree. That's when you get to a certain point.
Right.
So, I mean...
he's earned the right to be able to do so.
110% on the right. She was insane to start a slam campaign because, like, anyone who's going to get her back is, I promise you, anyone who goes, like, she's right is like a shitty comic.
Right.
A really shitty comic who has to eat dick on those things. And I
just to get up, like that's their.
But I get, but there's a point where you do have to do. I did every single shitty. Even when I got to New York, Keith Robinson mentored me and Kevin Hart, but we still had to eat, and I had to eat a little more shit than Kev because Kev, look wise and everything, was the right fit for the moment. So he kind of got fast tracked a lot quicker than I did. But so I'm saying I did shows like with a Mr. Microphone, with a wire that's like 2 foot long connected to an amp, with a couch and 2 chairs in a basement of like a fucking like Thai restaurant or a chess, one of those chess places on was at Thompson down by the Boston. We used to perform at those things like God, the Village Mall had stuff even before. Yeah, but even before when you guys were going, there was like stuff down there, and all these like Kenny's Castaways, all these places had these goofy shows, and I used to do every one of them to get stage time. But you do kind of hope that you fight to a point where it's like you don't have to just say yes to everyone.
Right.
But you'll do it. Like, I'd go do Comedy Village or the Village Lantern. Like if I was like walking by and it was like there's a crowd, you want to go? I'm like, sure, I love doing comedy.
Right.
But there's a time we have to like kind of say no to things. But I said it's risk versus reward. The reason I'll do Mayhem Fest like happily is because like if I get 1,000 people who are interested in me a day. After each
you
20,000
want some fans
person,
over, yeah.
That's it.
And you love that you would go to that concert.
And I'd be paying to go to the concert. So for me, it's like, I get to become friendly with these guys. And I mean, idealistically, but I mean, like, I get to be friendly with them and like watch them perform. I mean, I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. Where we at, Nate?
We're at an hour.
Yeah.
I would like to see Nate do Mayhem Fest.
That'd be great.
That would be
Hey everybody.
I told Nick the other day, I said, I bet like if a person started pushing him, like, but a surprise. I was surprised when I got into comedy how many musicians do bring comics. Steve Burns opened for Mariah Carey. Raj G, I saw her the other day, told me she's got to row Patti LaBelle for months. I think Keith Robinson has opened for like some R&B singers before, something like that. So it's like that environment's a little bit better. And I said if you went out with like any kind of like, if you want to do like Southern stuff, you went like Rascal Flatts, I bet you can go out there and do comedy for that audience.
Yeah.
I'm going to a place where there's not even seats. It's like I'm going to a place where it's like insane people with shaved heads and like tattooed faces are going to be like headbutting each other for 12 hours. So I'm going to go up there like, how's everybody feeling? Fuck you, piece of shit. All right, let's rock and roll.
You're able to do some rowdy rooms. Like that room, Louis B's, that's a rowdy room, man.
Yeah.
What we were talking about before this podcast.
You know the only thing that can help me sometimes is since I'm not loud, some of them will have to get quiet because they can't. Either they're going to just bull me, they're going to just roll me off the stage, or a few will have to quiet down, and then but the problem is I'll have the first people in the first 3 rows going, this is funny. And then the whole back of the room is just having a party.
But I'm saying, I think you have the joke. I think right now where you're at in comedy, I think your jokes are bigger than your personality because I think your jokes are really solid. I'm saying when you get like a stage, like when you can step it up, like the presence to like control the room. Yeah. Because the thing is, like if they're listening to your jokes, like you're bomb-proof. Oh my, you have great jokes, so it's like your jokes will always hold up. The difference is like. My jokes, some are offensive, some won't like the jokes flat out, or some people will love the jokes. The thing is, like, but I'm good at getting them to have to listen, or like, you're gonna have to listen, or you're gonna be upset with me in like a few minutes. That's the only like.
Do you think that's you think, like you said, you think that's after doing it so long and experiencing so many bombs that you kind of have that confidence up there? Like, I don't care if this goes wrong. Like, you just command the stage because you're not scared of anything.
I think
it's like a fearlessness.
It weirdly came at different times. I did all the black rooms, and then I was very nervous to come over and start doing mainstream rooms. I thought they wouldn't get what I was doing. 'Cause I really, at one point, just catered. I pandered a completely total black room set. Like by the time I was doing like, what's with P Diddy? I like really horse shit. I mean, bitches in the club always be blah blah blah. And so I really quaffed a set like that. And when I got up here, that made me nervous to do mainstream. But once I started working them and getting like comfortable, just like performing for all walks of life, all types of people, I never like had a problem with that. And it wasn't so much. I don't know if I bombed ever really with like, any kind of like regularity that I felt. It was like coming around with that. I think it's just like it is the number of times on stage where you've just been handed every situation. So the worst situation. That's what I said before. So it's like nothing will happen at Mayhem Fest worse than 1,000 people chanting asshole. And the funny thing is, if it does, but the way my mind works is if it does, and let's say I got 7,000 people chanting asshole. I'd laugh at that on stage. Not even like a genuine like. I'd just be like, I'm like, let me tell you why this is funny. Because in Philadelphia 5 years ago, I'm over for Jim Norton, and I said nothing. And I said to myself, Mayhem Fest will never be worse than 1,000 people chanting asshole. And here we are. And I can just present that. And then you know what? If 7,000 people chanting asshole, I bet 500 of them laugh when I say that and go, this guy's pretty funny.
Right.
It's just a funny thing to acknowledge. And like. And if you never, same thing, it's like, how many times can you punch somebody in the face before they don't feel it before you go, well, I'm going to stop punching them in the face.
Right,
It's not making any difference.
You get hardened to it.
That's exactly it. So
Yeah.
the thing, I've been thrown so many goofy, promoters, I've been beat up by promoters, a chicken thrown at me is just hilarious. I performed in front of, like, the host and his friends, like, gang fighting with another, like, fucking group of guys. And I had to perform 10 minutes or they wouldn't pay me while they're fighting. Like chairs flying, everything. I had to keep going. So it's like, that's all it is. Yeah, it's being in every given situation. That's why I said I never shit on starting in the black circuit. I think it prepared me for. I think it made it a lot easier when I started auditioning for mainstream clubs. Because I remember I passed the comic strip, not Starla, not the first round of audition people, but Lucian. I passed him the first time, and I told DC Benny that. DC was like, he goes, "Man, you passed him the first time?" He goes, "How many people were in the room?" It's like on Monday nights they do the auditions. I was like. I think like 23. He's like, wow, 23 people, and you killed it. You had passed audition. I was like, yeah, it went good. He's like, that never happens. I was like, I don't know, it was 13 people that were, or 20 people that were like there to listen to comedy. Like they came into a comedy club. Like I'm used to performing in like these like dance clubs where they go, stop the music, let's get some motherfucking comedy going. And people were booing right away, and they can't wait to fight you or hate your guts.
So doing like the black shows for you was like swinging the bat with a donut. Once you took the gun, like everyone's listening. This is like,
absolutely. And then it kind of makes it fun to go back. Like I'll still do like black circuit like shows from time to time, if nothing else, like for the money. But sometimes just like I have nothing on a Tuesday, or I have something really late, and somebody else will do something early. Like I'll go in and do it for a couple bucks. But like it's always interesting just to see my shot, because I think it's funny now is to kind of come full circle and see how well I can do without pander. That's the kind of the fun thing to do now. The thing is, like, it doesn't always work, but sometimes it does, and when it does, it's
he surpassed a lot of those guys too. Like now, the guys that were like mean to you earlier now realize.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the thing about that is, like, and I'm sure Yannis, you've seen this too, doing those shows. Is that the fear in that circuit of the guys crossing over is just insane to me. And when they cross over, like the thought process, like I have to change my material, and it's like you don't like. I can name names, which I won't, but I mean, like, I could probably name you like 10 comics who, like, I thought on the black circuit were hilarious, and now when I see them like in mainstream rooms, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing exactly. Like, you're trying to do a set you think white people will like.
Right.
So it goes from like their crazy fucking story about whatever to like, now it's like, yeah, but on the subway and notice, to that kind of shit, and you're like, dude, you were like a funny like. Like rolling with it, like I mean, like, honestly, God, when no one even really watches it, Tracy Morgan is a prime example of that. Like except for on television shows, he's that kind of crazy the entire time. So he gets on stage and he doesn't go on stage thinking like these people want the guy from SNL and Dirty Rock. He's up there. He goes, "You ever fuck a bitch in the ass and your dick's off, got doo doo on?" And like And church groups and women who love him on SNL are walking out the door, and he goes, "I don't give a shit. This is how I am." And he doesn't like change for anything. I tell you, I got third-hand advice that Patrice told me about Tracy Morgan that I thought was like 2 pieces of advice that Patrice told me that I thought were great. And it was about like when you were like funny with your friends growing up, and you were always like the funny guy. Most of us were. He's like, you never like thought about like, oh, my friends are coming to pick me up. I should go like try to like think of something funny to say when I get here. You just were. You just knew that's what you were, and these guys understood. You know, it's like at some point tonight I'll make everybody laugh and everybody cracking up. He goes, just walk on stage with that same confidence. Not so much like in your jokes. That's great that comes to your joke, but just like the swagger of. It's like, well, look, if this goes terrible, I'll be funny in some regard, and that's why I think getting past that point of like being 100% yourself on stage comes into play, because then at least you're confident. The same way you'd be if you were out at a bar and the 4 of us were hanging out, and someone across the bar is like, "Hey, any of you faggots, blah blah blah." Like, I don't know if any of us are all the personalities. Like, let's go punch this guy. It's like something quicker,
right,
and
quick
more
witted.
aggressive and shitty to him. That's fun, and you have that same kind of swagger on stage. And then it was all the other thing was never be afraid to say something on stage that you already think might not be funny. Like, don't always just go up there with like the stuff that you're just like, this is definitely funny. Just go try something that people might just go, yo. Or not even know, or just like, that's just not funny. It's like, well, I gave it a shot. I thought it was funny.
Right.
And like being unapologetic for it. I thought those were always 2 good pieces of advice.
Yeah, those are very good pieces. For all the comics that listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Well, there may be a few. But this was an unusual one, man. We're going to wrap it up. But it was a good one.
Well, I wanted to, we can end on, do you want to do that, the story, taking your pants off, and like that's a.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you want to say something before? We can maybe just end on that, or you want to.
I don't know. Okay.
We can just.
I mean, it depends on what time we're at.
Yeah, we're at like an hour 11.
Yeah,
So
we can go as long as we want on this motherfucker.
We can do this.
This
is
is the World Wide Web. It's wide open.
We're usually at an hour, but we're going to keep going. So what
I'll
story?
get one more thing if you want.
Yeah.
One more.
Absolutely.
One more.
So, yeah.
Is this
So-
all right?
Yeah, this
How
is
people
the.
actually respond to these and like them.
No, no, they're gonna love it. Like it's been, the stories have been awesome. Because you know what though, because we do get responses where people, we try not to really talk about comedy a lot on this, but they like hearing it because they, you know, it's different, and so we don't do it, we don't do it every time.
Yeah, we don't
so.
really have any limitations on what we do here.
Yeah.
It's called It Could Be Better. We walk through it.
Yeah.
We stroll through.
So it's the best name in the world. That you actually
be better.
came with it. It could be better.
It could be better.
Because anytime someone says, I didn't like episode 4, I'm like, it could be better, man,
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
claiming it's good.
Did you ever hear the story before, you honest? Yeah.
I have heard the story. It's a good one. By the way, just a quick shout out, Roger. There you go, Roger.
Yeah.
Not Ronald.
Correct it.
Roger.
Roger.
Thanks for listening. All right.
We like to name every listener. On
Yeah, we-
Yeah, all
We've
5 or
actually-
6
yeah.
of them.
And
we know your
got
names.
Rusty and Peyton and Annie and I think that's about
Chris Strain.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris.
There's Chris' job right there.
And
It all,
Mike,
it all comes out right there. I can't remember all the listeners.
That's his job. He remembers everything.
Mike August.
Mike August.
You're a Rolodex.
We got a few.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening, and let's go with this last story. Take us home, Jay.
Booyah. Kevin Hart, we were talking about before, hosted a show in Atlantic City at a place called Sweet Cheeks, which is a very ironic title because the show was black comedy show, was supposed to start at 1 a.m. and it wouldn't start usually till about 2:33 in the morning. And it ended up being like it was like a pimps and players ball. It was like guys in zoot suits, girls all like horribly dressed out there doing things, and to dance and party. It was listed as a party, and they'd say a little thing like with comedy. And they'd stop all the dancing, all the partying at a certain point, and then Kevin would go up there and start hosting a show. The show degenerated from the beginning. It was kind of like Puerto Rican run. It was kind of good, and to just become like this really scary like ghetto. Because Atlantic City off the boardwalk is a terrible, terrible place. Terrible, scary, cracked out, street walking prostitute neighborhood. It's awful. And that was the clientele of this place. There was a bounty hunter who worked the door who would run IDs in a machine, everyone's ID. And he would get like 15 hits a night. Like he'd call the cops, and then the cops would drop. They'd come get these guys. And they would just put them in. And as the show degenerated, and became more scary and black. It really just like was bad. It was like a bad show. At one point they had 4. It was like Roadhouse. Remember Jeff Healy Band in Roadhouse? They had like a chicken wire fence
Yes,
around them.
yeah,
Like, they
yeah.
should have had that, but they had 4 security people on stage.
Wow.
But before that happened, when they had no security people on stage, we're there one night. It was the night Kurt Metzger decided to go on. They go. He gets on stage. He's like, "Hey, what's up, AC? What's up, Atlantic City?" And they go, "Fuck you, you goofy white motherfucker." And he's like, "You know what? I'm not even getting paid for this. I'm just going to get off stage. Good night." And he walks, which I thought was hilarious. And then I realized that I was next, and I was like, "Oh, this is really bad." So Kev's hosting, Kevin Hart, and they hate him.
Right.
They hate him. So how is they going to like us?
It's not going to go good, right?
So, and then Tony Roberts was the headliner that night, and I could start off by even saying his set ended with him breaking a cell phone over a girl's face. Hit a girl in the face with her cell phone.
Wow.
But then he didn't know it was a girl. Like, he was like getting attacked from behind. He hit a girl with a cell phone. It's insane. So Kev goes, "All right, everybody, you ready for your next comedian? Bring him safe now. Very funny guy. I'll give it for Big J." And I walk up there, and I'm just in total pander mode. So I'm like, "Hey, what's up, black people? This is a really great show you have here. It's 3 in the morning, but it's packed." And someone goes, "Stop kissing ass, motherfucker!" And I was like, "I'm not kissing ass. I'm just saying it's a great show, good people." And then I hear like a thud sound, and I look down, and someone threw a dinner roll at me, but missed. But it hit the floor and like exploded. And I was like, and I realized they were throwing shit at me, and I was like, "Ah, man!" I was like, I go, "Oh, fuck this!" I'm like, I'm not a goddamn dartboard up here, so I was like, "I'm gonna go." And I start to walk off stage, and Kev runs up to the stage, and right in front of the stage, no microphone, but we're right in front, very obnoxiously in the middle of everything. He grabs me by the arm, and he starts, and Kev's teeny, he's reaching up, and he's like, "Hey man," he goes, "you gotta try to do 10 minutes. You gotta do 10 minutes." He goes, "or they're gonna give you a bunch of shit about paying you. You gotta do 10 minutes." And I'm like, "Kev, they're throwing things at me." And he goes, "I know, but I know these guys are assholes. They're not going to pay if you don't do 10 minutes." And it was like, at the time, it was like that. The reason I did it so many times, quite simply, was as a brand new comic, being under 2 years in comedy, I would do it every couple of weeks because it paid $300 if you survive 10 minutes. That's literally what it was. You survive, and you get $300, which $300 time was huge to me. So I drive all the way up to AC from Philly, so it made sense at the time for me to do, even though it sucked. And Kev's like, "If I calm them down, will you go back up and just try to think? I want you to get paid. I don't want you to get fucked on this because I'm the one who told you to come down." "Yeah, I guess if you calm them down, Kev, go ahead." So Kev goes on stage, and he's like, hey, everyone, calm down." He goes, "Let me ask you something." He goes, "What are we, animals?" He goes, "We're really acting like stereotype animals over here." He's like, "I bring comics down here that I think that I know are funny. They're funny guys, so you can't just judge them because they're white." He goes, "You did it 2 times tonight." He goes, "And it sucks, man." He goes, "These guys are both funny guys, and I want you guys to have a good show." He goes, "I wouldn't bring down bullshit." He goes, "If you listen to them and you don't think they're funny, then you do whatever you want." He goes, "That's how I'm sure these guys are funny, so you got to listen to them and let them do their thing, all right? Because we're not." It's Martin Luther King's speech. It was beautiful. And I remember and you see the crowd getting all like a little ashamed and like they're ready to turn around, and Kev's like, "All right, so you guys ready to show them that we're not animals?" And like the crowd starts clapping. Hundreds of people, by the way, 300 people. He goes, "You ready to show them? You ready to have a good time tonight, people? Do you have a good time?" They're clapping. He goes, "Are you ready for your next comedian?" And the place is erupting. The feet are stomping, clap. He goes, "One more time for Big J." And all the clapping stops. And there's literally one big fat black lady going. And I'm walking by, and by the way, I'm walking up with everyone cheering big. I'm like kind of trotting to the stage, and he goes, "Big J!" And before I get to the stage, I stop, and I'm walking by this lady like, and I was like, "Ooh!" And I get on stage, and I remember my first words. I started exactly where I left. I go, "So what's up, black people? Everyone's got," and just like it's very dark in the audience, like lighting wise, and fucking had that black like distance of it, man. Fucking like probably 40 chicken wings came flying. I mean, they hit me fucking everywhere. The face, it hurt. Like, it dinged my lip and tooth and my shirt. I mean, just drilled. And I said, the funny one, and they got all over. I bought that day FUBU sneakers, white FUBU sneakers.
For us, by us.
with fucking, and there was buffalo grease and juice all over them from all the things hitting me and falling down. And I only bought those because I know black people like people that wear shiny white shoes. It's hilarious, and I didn't get paid or nothing, dude. I mean, they hit me with every one. Now, the funniest part was Kev goes back up after that. Because I walked off stage after that completely, obviously. And Kev starts ripping into them. He's like, you fucking guys are animals. We can't have a goddamn show. This is bullshit. And he looks down on the ground, and it's I guess one guy fesses up to doing it in the back. It's like this big fat black guy. And he goes, well, who did that bullshit? He goes, I did. I thought it was funny. And he's like, do you think it's funny? He goes, you fat bastard. He goes, look at this. He goes, there's still meat on some of these, man. He goes, you want this chicken, you fat bastard. And this is like years ago when Austin Powers first came out. He goes, you fat bastard, you want this chicken? Come get it, you fat bastard, you fat bitch. And then the crowd's getting into that. They're liking Kev now. And he's like, I want my baby back, baby back, baby. Kev's doing the thing. And he's getting into it. And if you know Kev at all, he's very excitable. And he's a little tiny, like firecracker of a guy. And he's got his eyes closed, and he's working his hips, and he's like, doing his whole like over the top thing, baby back, baby back, baby. And I'm already way towards the back. And I'm sitting there, and I see this fat black dude grab a chicken wing, and it's almost like in slow mo. He's cocking it back, and I'm like, Kev! And Kev's like, I want my baby back, baby back. And this guy dead, so whap, dude, right in his face, right between his nose and eye. And Kev just goes, I'm going to bring on your headliner, man. You guys are fucked up.
Why this gig it's like, it sounds like this is like something that was set up by like a failed comedian that hit the lottery and just wanted to watch people suffer.
No.
Like,
what it is
the audience.
No, it is. I'll tell you, and Yannis probably tests this too. A lot of these situations, what they are, it's white owners capitalizing on black people do a lot of self-promotion, so they will pack a place out. Boston Comedy Club ran for several years.
Same thing.
Several years, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Boston Comedy Club down in the Village ran for several years. At least the time that I was here, the weekends were always good, but as far as weekdays ran, I think they made the bulk of their money on Sunday night. Now I'm not talking about the waitresses hated the fact that they said black people didn't tip, and whatever the stereotypical things they would go through fights or any kind of thing like that or shit talking. But at the end of the day, the black show at the Boston Comedy Club was the only show where people were lined up and squeezed in elbow to elbow.
So this Atlantic City gig, they were there to see comedy.
They were there to hate comedy.
They were there to hate. That's what I mean. It's like it's insane.
Yeah.
But they would pack the place out to throw shit at
Weekly,
people.
packed out.
And would just hate everybody.
It wasn't like that every week, I'm sure, was it?
Every week.
Every week it was exactly like that?
Every week, no. I mean, I said that was the same place where the gang fight happened in front of me.
Right.
I've seen a lot of fights happen outside of this place. It was bad. No, it wasn't every week. There were some weeks you would just like, it's anything, man. It's like,
well, if you know people
the
are
same class and caliber of people every week, I'd say.
Right.
Some should go up there, and the guy before you was a new guy and said something stupid, and then you got to go up there and be like, oh, I'm not going to blah, blah, and they're kind of on your team. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, I wouldn't say no shit like that. That's right. I goes, if you kiss a little ass, maybe it will work. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I wish I was black because blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. And then they kind of give you that moment to do. And I've had some good sets there. Very fickle. But
what night was it? What night of the week was it?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I guess into like a Sunday morning.
Isn't it the one where, is that this one with the crazy ass?
What?
The guy told you to bring him up.
Yes, I was going to say this.
Yeah.
Have you said that? That was. I'll close on this one. I'm sorry.
Well, I wanted to hear the other one. I wanted to do is you take when the woman goes, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. The open mic. Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
heard Mike Epps almost got
Yeah.
killed at Donnell's room one night at Poke Knockers. He had a room called Poke Knockers.
I did poke night opening night. Some Jamaicans came in and shot the roof.
So,
Dude, that Sweet Cheeks place though, that weird that 2 a.m. fucking black show in Atlantic City. I go up there. I was hosting it one night. Like Kev couldn't do it, so he asked me to host it, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it for the money. That's probably hosting is probably the easiest thing. You just go up there and talk shit for a minute, and then I mean, I wasn't gonna talk shit, but at least you just go just make announcements generally, and then let them go do whatever. Dude, they fucking this guy comes up because he's next. I've never met him before. He goes, all right, man, I'm gonna have you bring me up. I'm bringing you up next, man. I go, what do you want me to say? He goes, just clubs and colleges, whatever's fine. I go, all right. I go, what's your name? He goes, Ignorant Nigga. And I was like, please, don't make me say that, please. So I go, what's your name? I'm like, really? He's like, Ignorant Nigga, man. You gotta say it. I was like, I'd rather not. the lady rather than I say, he goes, "Nah, I'd be fine, man. It's my name, so that's my stage name." I'm like, "All right." So I go up there. I go, "Hey, everyone, this next guy's funny. You see him in clubs in colleges. Make some noise. Bring that nigga." Like it's very quick, and I get off stage and I hand the microphone, and he grabs the microphone and he goes, "You just gonna let that white boy call me ignorant nigga and sit there? My name's Darnell." That was fucking awful. What were you saying?
And then we used to take your pants and stuff off. And
oh yeah, how about the best intro ever? Make some noise for him.
Because they didn't know Mike. Was it your name or Becky?
No, it was just another comedian. It was Dorian Noel. I remember that.
He didn't know it.
But this guy told him his name. He told the host his name. "I'm Dorian Noel. I'm next." And the guy, he goes, "All right, Dorian Noel. I got it, man. I got it." 50 times I went back and forth. Then he goes on stage and does 15 minutes as a host in between acts. And he forgets his name. He goes, "This next guy coming on stage, you've seen him on BET. You've seen him on Def Jam. You've seen him on Showtime. You've seen this next guy on NBC, CBS, ABC, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien." He's just trying to think of his name.
Yeah.
You've seen him on tonight. And he's going through everything. He goes, "Now give it up and make some noise, everyone, because you've seen him. You also seen him on TV One. You've seen him on this. Clap it up, everyone. Make some noise and show your love for him." And he just walks away, walks off stage. That was hilarious. For him.
Oh man.
And then the thing.
Yeah, we can end on this one.
I think I just told. Did I tell this one? Yeah.
No.
Weird.
Which one?
Oh, no, I
This
guess
is
yeah. Well, I used to get down to
Yeah,
my closing joke.
Yes, and Jay is, I think, he's probably one of the best storytellers in the country, best comics in the country. But it's like you said, you would have to adapt, and you can see it. We're seeing with like John Moses, the comic we did. You can see he can start talking like black. He can mix in and out. At Louis B's, he's like a normal guy, but he can go black because he does a lot of black rooms. Yeah. So in you too, like you have to adapt. So you have to get a little extra, like swagger or whatever it is. Right. So you used to do when you first started.
When I first started to kill at the end of my set, because that's what I was always. At the time, I wasn't worried about doing good comedy. I was worried about I wanted to go home feeling good.
Right.
I didn't know if it was a career or not. I hope I was, but so at the end of my set, I was like, you got to go with something big. And a lot of black comics would do something at the end where they'd open or close with something. The DJ hit it, music has to come on, they do their thing, whatever it is they do. Yeah, you can do anything to this song type shit or whatever. So my big closer was, I'd say, I had my steppop was like into weightlifting a lot, so I did a joke about bodybuilding, and I'd be shitting on it. I'm like, bodybuilders, that's so gay, and they wear the little tiny underwear and do whatever. And then I'd be prepared every single set I'd be prepared to do where I'd be wearing tiny, like way too small, thong, zebra print underwear. Tiny. And I was, about this size the whole time. All night I'd be wearing it. I mean, if we went to eat first, after, at Chicks, I have on a zebra print thong.
It's like that comic Chicks Cooney. You ever work
and I look like by the way, I look like a fat.
Yeah.
I look like a fat chick in these underwear.
It's not Chips Cooney.
He's got that. He's got some dynamite strapped to him or something. He probably has to wear that all day before he goes out.
Yeah. Chips Cooney wears all this goofy, the tassels. He's like a 60-year-old man. He was opening for me one time, and he goes out there and he ties his cape on. He ties on a cape over his tuxedo to go on stage.
And he wears underwear with it.
But underneath all these, he's got on tassels, leg like sock garters. And tighty whities that have a fake shit stain in them. That's the whole joke it's supposed to do. And I didn't know this.
I was working on something like that.
I just meet this guy for the first time, and he's opening for me. So it's already kind of awkward when like a 60-year-old guy's opening for you, because you're like, I don't know. And I'm sure he probably has seniority on this business than me, and for whatever reason, here we are. He goes up there, he does this whole act, and I'm just sitting there talking to a friend of mine in the green room, and blah, blah, and I go, oh, so I heard him say goodnight, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going on next. I go, I wonder if they were any good at all. And then literally the green room door barrels open, and it's a 60-year-old man with shit-stained tighty whities, nipple tassels, with a cape on, holding his tuxedo in his hand, and he's going to be hot crowd tonight, man, hot crowd. And I was like, whoa, that could happen to you.
David Tell, how's that kid doing?
Yeah, that was the best part. He goes, who do you work with? I go, I just opened for David Tell on like some of the Eastern dates on the Insomniac tour. And he goes, he's tying his cape or anything. He goes, Tell's doing theaters now. He goes, good to see that kid's doing good for himself.
That's how long he's doing comedy.
I worked with him once just because in Jersey. It's like a cautionary tale. You're like, I hope that doesn't happen to me, man.
Oh, it absolutely. Yeah, I feel that with a lot of
He does this thing with his hair.
Yeah, it's insane. So anyway, I'm back to, so I'm like, the way I do good, I wear the tighty whities, and I'll get down to these tiny bikini underwear, and I'll be posing to the, what I do is I'll say bodybuilders suck, or whatever it is, they're gay, or whatever it is, and then I have the DJ hit the 2001 theme, that's the, boom, boom, boom. And on every crescendo, I'm possessed by the music, so I take the shirt off on the first one. And I'm telling you, I did this on open mic every week for like close to a year. Shirt comes off, the place is going fucking bananas. Of course, I'm a fat guy taking off my clothes. That's all it is. Second crescendo, bam, drop the pants. They see the thong, they're going crazy. I'm telling you, I just pose it out till the end. The big finale, and that music stops. And I'm telling you, friends that I would have coming would be like, I'd see them in the back, they'd be crying, like laughing so hard, like people broke chairs from falling back in their chair. It was to this day, probably the hardest I've ever annihilated. And I've written and told stories that are so personal and real that this is so probably the hardest I've ever crushed. And then I'm killing with all the time. Then I ended up meeting Keith Robinson, who basically told me, he goes, you're a funny kid, and I'd like to help you out. He goes, but you got to stop doing some of this stuff. He goes, that thing at the end is just bullshit. And he's right. Absolutely. He goes, it's just like a thing you go out there. Anyone can get naked on stage and get a laugh, and you're a big guy, so you're laughing at that. He goes, the art of comedy is saying funny things and conveying ideas that makes people laugh, And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I didn't even overthink it. I didn't overthink it. I'm like, dude, that annihilates. And then I spoke to Kevin Hart and stuff, and he started talking to Keith a little bit, and I was like, nah, maybe he's got some. I'll try to just not do it. And for a couple of weeks, till months, I just didn't do it at all. And I felt like, my sets were going not as great, because I'm used to this fucking, no matter whatever the beginning's going, the end is huge. So I get into the finals of a competition, Bacardi by Night comedy company. If you win, you go to St. Louis to compete. I thought that was amazing. I'm in the finals with Touré. Me and him are the final two. That's great. But now I'm nervous. I'm like, well, Touré's a guy who I looked up to at that point. He's doing comedy for years already. He's the first person who brought me on stage confidently. He's the guy. He's a staple already. And I got to go against him now. And I'm like, Jesus. So I'm telling the other Mike guys, I'm going to bring back the bodybuilding here.
Bring out the big guys.
Yeah, and they go, oh, come on, that's not fair. I go, I got to win. I have to win this. And Touré is good. So I don't know if I can beat him. All right, man, do it. So I go that night. It's like I'm fucking digging out. I have to find the old trunk. I get the trunk with the old. It's only been 3 weeks, but I'm putting the panties back on. But now for the first time, now, even though it's a black comedy club, and still is to this day, on the weekends, it's just it's not as hip hop because $15 cover charge, 2-drink minimum, no matter what. There's no free passes kind of thing. It's not it was all papered room on Thursdays because it was all drinks. This is a real deal. People pay. They come out. The same people come on Thursday. Their parents or their, whatever. So I go up there, and my jokes, my newbie working in a black comedy club jokes are, what's with P Diddy? They're like, yeah, what's this? What's he saying this to us? I'm eating it, and in my head, I'm only doing 5 minutes. It's before the feature act. Me and Touré were going to do 5 minutes apiece before the feature act on a weekend, Friday night. And my first performance was a weekend crowd. So my jokes are eating it. Straight out across the board. I have nowhere to go. And in my head I go, maybe I should just cut it out on the jokes and not do the bodybuilding bit. I was like, but the guy's got the CD all ready to go. It's all, I was like, I don't know. And I just didn't I just never stopped. Whatever the decision I made, I just ended up going bodybuilders, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I have gotten nothing. I haven't gotten a chuckle. I have people doing things like, aww. A joke, I hit a joke, punchline, blah, blah, blah. And they go, aww.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah. No, that's the word. Yeah, I hate people
Wait, you go, oh,
feel better.
Yeah.
You're going debalm. That's the most deballing thing of all.
It is the worst, yeah.
Oh, you tried.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make that girl hate my guts.
Right.
So, I go, yeah, bodybuilder, isn't that? And I take off the shirt. And generally, I'm used to that just igniting the fucking like, oh shit. I take off the shirt and you just hear murmurs like, and then you just hear a lady go, someone goes, she goes, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, and I hear that, and I'm turning around, unbuttoning my pants, and I'm like, you know what, man, I should cut and run. Like, I shouldn't even finish it. I'll just be like, that's the joke. Like, I got my shirt off. But I'm like, I'm in it. And I drop the pants, and I face my ass to the audience, too. So you see my fucking, I'm a fat guy now, who's in a thong, basically. And I go, and it goes, I drop the pants, and usually I'm used to, like, the excitement, and you hear, like, one lady go, oh, God. And that, and I'm standing there in this Hulk Hogan pose, and that music dies out. And I used to just reach down and like grab my pants and hike them up because everyone's going bananas for well beyond. The host would come on stage and he'd be like, "Oh man, you believe that shit?" And everyone's laughing like well beyond. I'm already got my shirt and pants back on. I'm in the lobby before it dies down. I gotta go out there and collect my kudos. And now, like, for the first time ever, not only is this not destroying the first person ever, it's eating it huge. Like, it's going the exact opposite of how it goes. Ben, I'm standing like this, and that music goes, that fucking music ends, and I'm standing like this. Wait, frozen. I'm like, react, and there's a voice. I actually recreated this on Z-Rock in a weird thing. A voice in the back of the room in dead silence. And people up front are not even looking at me. They got their hands down on the table. And I'm standing in this Hulk Hogan stance, and I just hear a voice go, "What the fuck?" Like I paid for this kind of thing, and I had to reach down and hike up my pants. It felt like it took me 7 minutes to pull my pants up. I caught every hair on my leg, like. And I didn't even buckle them. I wanted to go stage so bad, I just held them shut and threw my shirt over my shoulder. It was all like hanging wrong, and I had to walk. By the way, the Laugh Out stage, it's a huge room, rectangular, and the stage is in the middle front. So you have to walk off the side stage and walk across about 20 people, up 20 people, across 40 people, and down 20 to get out of the room. You have to lap the entire room to leave the fucking showroom. And I
you
do
gave
that.
everyone a chance to hate you on the way out. It's like the whole crowd.
And I don't put on my shirt till the lobby. So much like Chips Cooney, everyone in the lobby who missed my set, they took a piss before the feature act comes on, sees a fat guy coming out, holding this thing. By the way, the pants are baggy as hell, so I'm holding them here, and you see like my pubes and like fat bulbous like above dick meat poking through the side. I mean, it was so awful. Awful
This
experience.
is my favorite part right here. The Hulk
Oh yeah, the Hulk amazing. That's how I ended it. Exactly, the Al Bundy. Nothing. And staring at a light on the wall, going like, "Someone react!" And the person goes, "What the fuck?" And I went, "Hey everyone, thank you." Like, to be taken, I was like, just crazy. Go. And I was too loud in the mic, like, "Hey everyone, my name is Big J. Thank you." I'm just getting the fuck off stage, dude.
Oh, these people know what I'm talking about.
So we can say,
Metzger was there for that, dude.
so we can say, Toure won that contest.
Toure moved on to St. Louis, needless to say. Absolutely.
Fuck that, but you got that great story. That shit is...
Yeah.
Probably better than the St. Louis competition. I don't know where
that story is dynamite. That's one of the fucking best not going right stories I've ever heard.
Do you still have this?
Once you hit this,
phone?
I mean, that's...
We tried to find videos.
Man, I try to find videos so much, man. It's funny. I found every videotape of my ex-girlfriend and me, or just her by herself, like porn, but not one...
Old set.
Like old set, man. I know I wasn't recording over with my mom. I don't know if my mom recorded over shit or whatever. I used to have significant videos. Did that thing kill so hard and I was so delusional about how brilliant that was? I'm talking about my buddies would have like, my mom's out of town, having a bunch of chicks over. And I'd show them the videotape, and everyone was just killing so hard that I'd be sitting there completely, yeah. But the joke is like, look how slovenly fat I am. You like the way my front ass hangs out of that fucking... Yeah, you do,
Was that, needless to say, was it the last time you did that bit?
That was officially the last time.
That was the last
and
one.
they asked me if I would do it again, and I said, for the right money, positive.
So, get some money together. It could be better. If y'all want to see The greatest joke of all
I
time.
don't know if I could do it with like the thing is like I don't know if I could do it like now knowing what I know obviously and doing this for like almost 12 years like I mean it's going back almost like 11 years ago that I did this but I mean like I couldn't do it if it makes sense with the same confidence
because
and
you were just in a world
of irony.
Yeah.
Like right now I'd be doing it. It wouldn't even be as funny because I'd be doing it. Like the
Right.
visual would be just as funny, but I'd be doing it under the guise of like, and then I would do this. Like,
Right.
But at the moment I was like, this is how the joke goes. Dude, I tell you, when that joke went though, I was so certain you had to end on some kind of big bang. The next week I came back, I had a shirt that was kind of baggy that I was wearing. And I go, here's my new joke I was going to do. Just whatever. I end my joke on whatever joke I did, and then I always wanted to have some kind of a big ending. And I remember before my whole set, I made giant tinfoil rings. Giant. This big a piece. I put a piece of string around my neck, under my shirt, and taped it right above my nipples with a little bit of string hanging out, and taped the rings. So anyway, I'd do my set, and I was like, and that's what I think about the president. Hey guys, I got a couple of piercings today. Tell me what you think. Too much? Boom. Again, fat gut, tits hanging out. Everything. Wow! I'm like, I'm back. Wham!
And now you're taking your pants off.
And I don't take my pants off. Now it's just a tit show.
You have to drive in with huge things under your shirt.
No, not even. I brought in a knapsack, but I had a string with tape on my nips the entire night. And it's like Jay, you're on next. I'm like, oh. But then the best part was performing, though. Like, cause it was huge. So performing, like, I'm like, so everyone, because I didn't want them to see. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I got the light. Time to get out of here before I go.
See, now Chips Cooney's a dude who just used to do that and never had that.
No one told
never
him
had that
that's
moment.
not
Yeah.
comedy.
Yeah, he just kept going with it.
Chips Cooney won the trip to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Everybody says always those things like it's like I'll pay homage to those guys. But it's like Chips Cooney. It's like, oh, he's just misunderstood. Like Otto and George, like misunderstood, man. This guy's a legend. Like, are they a legend or are they just fucking whack-offs who haven't figured it out? Like, come on, dude. I mean, if you're doing this long enough and you're good, the cream does rise.
Right.
Like
It
eventually
does.
you'll get something.
It's like
you
sports.
won't be opening for me, and you wouldn't be opening for me in Rascals at 60 years old.
I mean,
And he was a
30 years
very nice
over.
guy. I'm not even shitting on him. I'm going to say, like, but you said before, you mentioned, was it Chips Cooney? Yeah, it was the name you were saying. It's like, and I can name a lot of people that I run into that sometimes I speak to freely. That's why I try to say names. But I mean, there's plenty of people who I look at and I go, it's terrifying, dude. Because I do believe, I hope, at every level of this, that I've been doing this, that I kind of know there's a thing that's like, okay, I've tapped out. So it's like,
You got to take it to a new level.
I think but not even a new level if you can't. What if you can't? You just go, hey, this is as funny as I do.
Right.
This is what I do. It's what I offer. I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm a good comedian, whatever I get. But there's a point where you go, hey, you're never going to be a huge star. So I hope at that point I'd be super content just to have a road career of like A rooms, hopefully.
Right.
Doing like an Attell. Attell does other things too. I mean, he's obviously bigger than just that. But I'm saying that he's like, he tours around doing the A comedy clubs and theaters. And I think that's admirable and I like that. If that's where it goes completely. You know, you shoot for the stars, obviously, but if it doesn't happen, to be realistic and go, it's like, well, I'll go make six figures, I guess, and just tone it down a bit and go do colleges. Or I'll try to get on cruise ships that let you be a little, like, more edgy or dirty. But people just don't know when the bail slips. I see guys like, 50-some-odd-year-old guys, like, vying for spots on weekends. It's like, dude, what do you do now?
Right.
It's like, are you 50?
Yeah,
are you,
it's
are
kind
you
of
55,
scary a little
Are you
bit.
55 years old living in like a ramshackle apartment, dude?
Right.
You gotta think a little bigger than that.
Right.
Not we all have to be Kevin Hart. Fucking.
I know what you're saying, though.
Owns a house in Beverly Hills, and I rent a house in fucking Middle Village, Queens. So I mean, of course, different things. But I'm shooting to get to that level, and if I don't, but the thing is, like, I have no visions of like grandeur. I'm not like delusional at all. I think more likely, I'll just be a touring comic, maybe, and as long as I have a fan base of like a lot of people, I could sell out rooms and maybe do A clubs, hopefully, mostly. If maybe get some theaters like A clubs for weekends. I'm happy. I enjoy doing comedy, so I have no problem with that. But some people are still shooting for this thing. It's like, here's what I won't do. It's like, I'll never concede that I'll be 55 years old featuring for somebody.
Yeah.
There's no chance I will. I feature now for Attell and Patrice, and really not even anymore. Neither of them really bring me anymore. but I would.
And
still
you
go
did
with
Artie
him.
Lang.
And Artie Lang, which is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean,
You're trying to get their fans.
and there's other
basically.
people I would, but that's what I did. At that point, these guys are doing me a favor, saying like, well, you're good enough to come here. These fans will become your fans.
Right.
And that's great. But I mean, like, as far as like, if somebody asked me to feature for Chips Cooney, I'd just be like, nah, I'm just not going to do that gig.
Right.
You know what
offense
it
to
is?
So
them.
you think when guys get to that age, they should stop doing it? Like,
I just don't know what to do.
you don't know, yeah. Like, why is he?
When
why
we
he's
shut
still
off the
on?
thing, I'll name names.
Yeah.
Because literally, I'll say it's like I don't know what to do. I couldn't even begin to tell you what to do. But it's like whatever it was, you should have figured it out 15 years before now, even because now you're just like,
I think the reason they get like that too is they stop writing. Once you stop writing and you haven't wrote anything new in 10 years, you should have quit 5 years ago. It's the ones that make it are the ones that have the turnout of material. So they keep evolving. That's why
Also, you
Tell
gotta know-
evolves.
yeah, well, you also got to know you got to invest in yourself.
Mm.
You're putting time in. You know, somebody's booking you. Got to realize you're doing them a service. They need a comic to perform a certain service for a certain amount of money so they can make a huge profit. And you're interchangeable. So whatever time you spend,
You're a jukebox,
yeah,
especially on clubs in the weekend.
Yeah, you
in the
need
city.
exactly.
You're a jukebox. They don't give a shit about
It's
you.
like you're a glorified waiter. So what you need to do is invest in yourself, like you said, like try to win fans over. Go to these festivals, get them to follow you on the net.
I've had arguments
Yeah.
at the comic.
You
Not
gotta
a
invest in
long
yourself.
time, but weekends at the comic show, very specifically, was things where it's like I'll go like 15 minutes over the light, and not any disrespect to any other comics, because I wouldn't do that if I was second to last. But I go last almost every weekend at the comic strip on the weekend shows. I go last. I do 15 minutes over the light solely because they give me the light as soon as they drop checks on the last comic. There's no check spot. And then when the checks are done being paid, every check is in, they throw the light on. And I go, all right, I just did your favor of eating your checks.
Right.
Now, you have to understand, I have to go to bed on this set. This is the one I'm going to go to sleep on, especially with Saturday. It's the last set of the weekend. So that's the one I got to remember, and that's the only one I will remember when it's like all said and done in my head. So if I eat dick on it, I go, so when I'm done eating your checks, then I will begin what I think is 15-minute spot.
Right.
And do it again. I think it's fair because you don't give a fuck about me as a club
Exactly.
owner.
They don't give a
booker.
shit.
You don't
Yeah.
give a shit. I'm fodder for the background. I
Right.
could be a band. I could be a jukebox.
Right.
Doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Right.
They're just trying to sell. It's a bar business.
Right.
The business of comedy, you said, is all investing in yourself. That's why I said it's very impressive. Like, I don't have your kind of drive. Like, where my drive all lies in is mainly comedy performance and what I want to do, like with the performance aspect of it. But you starting like to ditch films, man, it's always been very impressive with me. It's self-motivation, dude. I have none. You know how many skit ideas I just have that I just never do anything with? Justin almost had to twist my arm to get me to do that, the Guido Sensation thing.
Bring the ideas to us, man. We want to
saying-
see some shit, yeah.
No, absolutely. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but it's the organization. Then it's like, so when you got to film, I got to pick up my daughter from school at 3 o'clock.
Right.
So it's like, we shoot it at noon. But if you want to do it, we really got to shoot it in the Bronx. And it's like, dude, I don't want to go to the Bronx. I mean, it's a great idea the night before. You know, so you've had that a lot.
Yeah.
The night before, it's like, dude, I'll be there. And then that morning, you're like, dude, I really just want to sit around and do
Well, when
nothing.
you got a kid, too, it makes that harder.
Sure, but it's not. But my point is saying, like, different people. Like, I've learned how to motivate myself for what I need to do, however I need to do it. Is your own process. Some people just. We were talking about this last night.
Yeah.
Self-motivated. Becky Owens, such an impressive character to me in that way. Super self-motivated.
Yeah. It's always right.
Like, I need to have people. That's why I can't be without a manager, because I need someone that goes like, "Hey, man, I need this stuff from you. You got to go to the copy store and do this. Did you set up your headshot thing? Because if it's just like, I'll sit there and just say I need headshots for a year. I literally will do that. I haven't had headshots taken since I was, I think, maybe 6 years in the company. I'm doing 12 years. Like, so there's people use pictures that are just pictures that randomly were taken, but like headshots.
Choose you on stage.
Like $1,000 headshot, like, you know, or a $1,500 like professional, really good quality headshot. Never, not once in my career.
My buddy's does them for real cheap, man. If you want some,
Yeah.
did Nate's, he did Soder's.
Yeah.
he did
Is he
a
great?
Yeah.
He's really good. Yeah.
Should we stop that?
Yeah,
We're
we
done.
could talk about it, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Now we're going to turn the TV down and
Can we
So
sign
just
off
hang
somehow?
out. Let's see how long people listen and go, so what was that when y'all just hung out afterwards?
I forgot the podcast was on, man.
All right, so yeah, we're going to end it, and yeah, I think that I mean this is a long one, but this was tremendous. So.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, man. Thanks
This was
for
a very
listening.
funny, pure funny, top to bottom funny. I know sometimes we get serious and blah blah.
We're
Funny all the way.
just
This
in
is-
case you were in question at the end of the podcast whether or not it was all funny, we're telling you. right
all
now.
funny.
It was all funny.
It was all funny.
or
In
you're,
case you decide to just thumb it.
or you're an idiot.
This was a thank you for listening to
Yeah.
our podcast. If they want to find you, is your website still up, right?
Yeah. BigJOkerson.com.
Big J Oakerson. Big J Oberson.
Okerson.
Give it up for him! Yeah, go find Big J stuff
Yeah,
on like
Big J
YouTube.
Oakerson.
Jay Oakerson.
He was number. They just did the top 20 countdown on Comedy Central specials. He was number 3. So
Yeah.
make sure
Guys,
you go look at
definitely
his
do
special.
follow his stuff, man.
Yeah, and
Facebook
then
and MySpace.
Facebook, MySpace, website, and hope you enjoyed it. And that's it. So.
Yeah, I mean, Jay's one of the only comics that when I watch, I crack up. Like, whenever I see you and I'm watching the audience, I fucking, like, genuinely, like, tearing up. Like I was just now listening to the story. So follow his stuff, man. Pleasure to have you.
Yeah, he was on IFC at Z-Rock. Is it?
Which actually, I found this, I don't know if they're doing it for a long time, but at least this week and next week at 2:30 a.m., set your DVRs for showing episodes of Z-Rock again.
Yeah, 2:30 a.m. on IFC. He's on Z-Rock, IFC channel. All week. BigJOkerson.com. Hit us up. Subscribe to our iTunes. And leave a comment. We say leave a comment every time.
Rusty.
Leave a comment. Will someone leave a comment?
We'll be expecting the usual suspects to leave comments. Yeah.
Roger, we'll talk to you next week.
Roger.
Thank you.
Should we? I feel like next week you guys do. You should just address everything as Roger.
Yeah.
Say, Roger, let me tell you this, buddy.
Here's what you need to do.
So,
all right. Thank you very much. Y'all done?
Yes,
All right. See you guys later.
Take care.
Thanks.